We're KJFM Louisiana, Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Pittsfield.
Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good evening and welcome to Bowling Green High School Friday night EMO doubleheader rivalry game here at Bowling Green as the Bobcats and LadyCats take on the Van Far Indians and Lady Indians. Mark Fronick, Rodney Dolbear here in the broadcast booth. And Rodney, it doesn't get much more rivalry-ish than Bowling Green Van Far.
Absolutely, and teams that are going to see each other tonight and in the very near future. We were speaking in the pregame before we went on. The 7 and 8 seed in the Bowling Green tournament coming up here in, I guess, a week and a half now.
Yeah, and looking forward to that. We kind of got gypped out of Clopton tournament, but we've got that 100th annual Bowling Green Invitational starting on the 27th, so just 10 days away.
Looking forward to that. Two teams that are both 4 and 7 here tonight, Van Far and Bowling Green, both 4 and 7, so at least on paper, their seasons have been similar to this point. Looking at the rosters, noticing that Van Far, the Lady Indians, start an all-sophomore starting lineup. 5 sophomores, and Bowling Green has 4 seniors and a single freshman in the starting lineup as well. So Bowling Green with more experience, but Van Far with the youth.
And we'll talk more about that as we start the pregame show next here on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Hano's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Cluckey, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
Getting ready for the first of two from Bowling Green High School as the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats. LadyCats take on the Van Far Lady Indians. Then we'll have the guys a little bit later on. But Rodney, we mentioned it right off the bat. This is a very young team for Coach Heather Minter and the Van Far Lady Indians. Only one upperclassman, one junior, no seniors. And like you said, all sophomores and a freshman in the starting five. So Coach Minter, she's had to earn her money this season, getting this team the varsity experience that they were lacking.
Absolutely. It comes at you quickly, and, we're, 11 games into the season, so they've had a chance now as sophomores and getting a lot of playing time. They've had a chance now to run through, quite a few games, so, they're hopefully settling into their roles and, getting used to the varsity game.
And Coach Mackenzie Epperson, this is her first year at Bowling Green, and I kind of like what they've done with the schedule. There's been some chances to feel some success. You said it was a lot of upperclassmen in the lineup or in the starting five. but there wasn't a lot of varsity experience or starting experience within that group. So they've built in some games that they can get some success, get a little taste of a win under their belt. So I like what they've done there. But 4-7, I don't know if the two 4-7s are exactly the same right now for these two teams. Van Far, even though they're young, pretty good size. They look like they've got some athleticism. Bowling Green trying to find that formula.
Well, trying to find out who they are and establish their identity. You talk about it at any level, of sports and basketball. It's the teams that can realize their identity and the players within that identity find their roles. Then things flow a lot better. You can see teams that are searching and they don't have their roles. Those teams usually struggle.
About 7 minutes to go before we tip off the first of two tonight from Bowling Green. Then we'll have action from the Winchester tournament coming up at 8:30 with championship semifinal action. But we'll check our keys to the game for you after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Bank of Campsville, The Pierre, Logan Agri-Service, and Curlis Auction.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game for this varsity girls matchup between Bowling Green and Van Far. And I think really the keys kind of surround Sydney Charlton. Van Far wants to stop her. I think it'd be in their best interest to maybe double her at times. And Bowling Green needs to figure out how to get some secondary scoring because this season it's been a lot of Sydney Charlton.
Well, it's good to have a player of that skill on your team, but your better teams are going to find a way to take out your best option and make you beat them with something that is not in your comfort zone. And that's what Van Far will look to do here this evening. We talked about the identity of the team. One of the keys to this game is both teams have, by this point in time, started to establish their identity and the game they want to play. Who can force their identity on the other team and make the other team, again, play perhaps in a manner that they're uncomfortable playing. Also, we say it every game, who can protect the basketball, don't turn the ball over and give the other team easy buckets, and that's a universal key. Who can protect the basketball the best?
Yeah, and at times Bowling Green tries to get a little pass happy, and it does create a lot of turnovers. So they've got to clean that up here tonight if they want to stick with Van Far and try and get that 5th win of the season. Both teams looking for win number 5. Those are our keys to the game. Our starting lineups are coming up next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Thiele's Garage, Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Ackles Farm Market, and United Community Bank.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy,
where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And our starting lineups for the first of two tonight from Bowling Green as the LadyCats take on the Van Far Lady Indians. You got the starters?
I do. For Van Far, the visiting team tonight here in Bowling Green, the Lady Indians will start number 4, Elliot Utterback, number 5, Kenya Jones, number 10, Miley Keller. Chloe Wallace wears number 20, gets the start as well. And Chloe Zumwalt rounds out the starting 5. She'll wear number 21.
That's a lot of Chloe.
That's a lot of Chloe. Got a couple of them. That's for sure. The LadyCats, they will start Brooke Henderson. She's a senior, wears number 11. Avery Schumacher wears number 12, the freshman getting the start tonight. Diana Bibb wears number 23. She'll get the start as well. Olivia Dawson wears number 32. And as we mentioned earlier, Sydney Charlton rounds out the starting lineup. She'll wear number 34. The 6-foot senior gets the start this evening.
So again for Van Far, it's Utterback, Jones, Keller, Wallace, and Zumwalt. For Bowling Green, it's Hickerson, Schumacher, Bibb, Dawson, and Charlton. Those are your starting 5 for both sides. The teams heading to the benches for the starting lineups on the floor and the national anthem. We'll take a break, come back. Basketball just minutes away here on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Tom Womble's Dozing and Tiling, Emmerich Insurance Marketing Group, Bolin Chevrolet, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Other basketball tonight as we get ready for Bowling Green and Van Far, Louisiana, at home against Ellsbury in girls and boys action. Other girls games, Clopton playing in the Midmo Invitational at Harrisburg. That's a game, it's a 6 o'clock start against Fayette. And then the other game, Harrisburg and Boonville. Pleasant Hill, Western, and Calhoun girls playing in the Lady Spartan Classic at North Green tonight. Varsity boys action, Clopton is at Silex. And then, of course, more action from the 102nd Winchester Invitational We'll have the 8:30 game here on Eagle 102 Sports. West Central, the 2-seed, Greenfield Northwestern, the 3-seed. Again, that's at 8:30 here on Eagle 102. The teams in the circle. It'll be Sydney Charlton, jumping center for Bowling Green. And which Chloe do we have in the circle for Van Far? Chloe Zumwalt. As the ball goes in the air, it's tipped back and out of bounds. And they'll say it's Van Far ball.
That was tipped out of bounds by Charlton. Nobody there for Bowling Green to corral it. Moment of silence. Officials got it right, and Van Far will start with the first possession of the night.
And they go into action. Miley Keller drops it off for Elliot Utterback. Utterback to the near side for Chloe Wallace. Wallace drops it down to the post. That shot rolls off the rim and out of bounds. It'll go to Bowling Green off that miss by Chloe Wallace, or Chloe Zumwald. One of those Chloes.
Got a good look there underneath the basket. Maybe a little too far under the glass, but just couldn't get the kiss and the score.
Bibb with it in the corner. Kicks it back through Hickerson to Dawson, near side for Avery Schumacher. Over to the far side for Bibb. Under duress, gets it off to Dawson to the near side. Through Hickerson, down to the post for Charlton. The shot by Hickerson's block. Ball loose, goes to the floor, picked up by Van Far as Keller comes away with it. Miley sends it ahead for Jones. Kenya drops it down to the post for Chloe Zumwalt, and a tie-up. Gives it back to Bowling Green on the alternating arrow. 7:10 to go, first quarter, no score. Bowling Green and Van Far, battle of 4 and 7 teams.
Had an opportunity, Bowling Green did on that last possession. They double-teamed Charlton when she got it on the low post, kicked it back out to the guard. Just wasn't quite quick enough pulling the trigger. She had an open look when she got the ball back, didn't convert. Those are the types of opportunities that the LadyCats are going to need to convert.
Dawson up the floor with it for the LadyCats to the near side for Schumacher. Schumacher drops it down to Charlton. Charlton too hard off the glass, and the rebound pulled away by Chloe Wallace. Wallace across the line. Puts on the brakes, gives it back to Miley Keller. Keller gave up her dribble. Back to Wallace. Wallace crosses over at the three-point line, gives it back to Keller. Keller trying to drop it down to the post. Nothing there. Back to Wallace. Wallace goes across to Utterback. Utterback. Back and forth between the circles. Threw a little pick on herself. Comes to the near side. Still in control of the ball is Elliot Utterback. Bowling Green doing a good job staying in their zone.
1-3-1 zone, and there's been no penetration for the Lady Indians. Can't find a way to crack the zone.
Keller back to Utterback. Elliott on the wing. Gets it down to the post. Turnaround shot, no. And the rebound is knocked over by Charlton to Dawson, and here come the Bowling Green LadyCats. Charlton over to Bibb on the far side. Gave up her dribble at the free throw line. Through Hickerson, through Dawson now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt on the near point. Gets it back to Bibb. She's stuck. And 3 seconds in the lane called. She never moved that back foot.
No, had an opportunity to get the ball out to the point and just kind of got froze there. And that's the first turnover tonight by either team.
I was going to say she got her foot stuck in the paint, but that's unpainted. The area outside the lane is painted here at Bowling Green. Shot blocked. Charlton the rebound. Still no score. 5:20 to go in the first. Bibb to Sydney Charlton, now to Schumacher. Back to Dawson. Ball fake to the free throw line. Shot wasn't there. Gives it back to Schumacher. Now to Charlton. Charlton kicks it corner. Here's the three from the far side. Good. Bibb finally puts it in. And Bowling Green is on the board.
Nice work there. Kick out from Charlton to the wide open Bibb on the baseline left converts the three.
And another takeaway by Bowling Green. The defense has not been the issue so far in this 4-7 start. Charlton kicks it corner again, this time for Dawson. She'll put up the three. It's short. And the rebound pulled down by Chloe Zumwalt for Van Far. On the far side, Jones drops it down. Shot off the glass is good. Finally, they get that pass to Chloe Zumwalt to fire, and she puts it off the glass for two. It's a 3-2 ball game in favor of Bowling Green. Midway point of the first quarter. Hickerson over to the far side for Bibb. Back to Hickerson. Nothing there for her. Gives it to Dawson on the near point. Now to Bibb. Charlton. Nothing there. And the pass did not hit a Van Far player and goes out of bounds. And I really like the job that Chloe Zumwalt's doing on Sydney Charlton.
Yeah, and they're, as soon as she gets the ball in the blocks, they're double teaming and they're putting quite a bit of pressure on Charlton.
They're not getting sucked in, though. I mean, there's help there with the double, but it's not glued on. So they're not outnumbered in any situation. That shot, no good. Another shot, no good for Van Far. Bibb the rebound. At the last whistle, Carly Dean came into the ball game for Bowling Green. She replaced Schumacher. And Bowling Green turns it over. Here's Wallace for Van Far. Works past Hickerson, now to past Dean to the baseline. Got it to Zumwalt. Her pass is taken away. Kenya Jones tried to save it from going out of bounds. Ended up giving it to Olivia Dawson. Dawson now at the free throw line, nothing there. Back to Dean. She thought about three, gives it to Hickerson. Hickerson gets it to Charlton. Charlton, shot off the mark. Again, pressure that time from Chloe Zumwalt. Wallace sets the offense for Van Far. Gets a little pick from Keller to the near side for Kenya Jones. Jones, center of the lane floater. That one's good for Elliott Utterback. Her first 2 points and the first lead of the night for Van Far comes with 2:20 on the clock.
Nice job there. Caught the pass wide open in the lane about 10 feet from the basket. Took one step and had the floater touch nothing but the bottom of the net.
Hickerson back to Dean up top for Dawson. Olivia gives it to Sydney Charlton. Charlton in the center of the lane. Gets that one off the back iron and drops through. Her first points of the night. Bowling Green ahead by 1. 5-4 with 1:50 to go in the quarter. Jones for Van Far. Pass goes through everybody to the near side. Wallace. Now Keller back to Kenya. Jones back to Miley Keller. Stops, pops. Free throw line extended. Shot was no good. A fight for the rebound, and we're going to have a foul on Sydney Charlton. As Zumwalt again just got up a little bit higher and had Charlton on her tiptoes. Got her into trouble.
First foul on either team this point of the evening. 1:35 left in the first quarter of play. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Charlton takes a seat on the bench, picking up her first foul. She'll catch a breather.
Foul was on the floor. They get it into Zumwalt. Over 2 defenders and in.
Boy, I certainly thought that foul was on the shot. But
yeah, but she got the 2 points anyway. 6-5 Van Far. As business picking up just a bit. Bibb over to the far side for Dawson. Drives to the center of the lane. Gets it off the glass, no good, but a foul will send Kaylee Hahn to the line.
Good ball movement by the Lady Cats there. Sets up 2 opportunities from the charity stripe. First foul shots of the game.
And the first foul on Chloe Zumwalt. And the first shot hits the front of the iron and down. She'll have one more opportunity to try and tie the game. Into the ball game is Claire Bibb. She replaces twin Diana. Second shot also hits the front of the rim, but Claire with the rebound. Back to Carly Dean. Dean gave up her dribble, now gives the ball to Claire. Bibb. Couple of ball fakes, gets it back to Dean on the far point. Works it down low to Hahn. Nothing there for her to Hickerson. Hickerson back to Bibb. And the pass rejected. Kicked around and picked back up by Claire Bibb. Over to the far side for Dawson. Liv Dawson. Down to 40 seconds to go in the quarter, and the ball thrown away. Dean had it behind Claire Bibb, and the turnover gives it back to Van Far, who may look for the last shot. Schumacher comes back in the ball game. She'll replace Kaylee Hahn. Van Far up the floor. Carly Hahn into the ball game for the Indians. Here's a long three, top of the key. That's good. Miley Keller with the tray.
Found herself wide open, thought about it, decided not to, then said, oh, you know what? I'm wide open. I'll take the shot.
May as well. 9-5 our score. Van Far with the biggest lead for either side tonight. Dawson is blocked down. That's the smallest player going up against the tallest player, and that'll do it for the first quarter. With the visitors on the scoreboard, the Van Far Lady Indians leading the Bowling Green LadyCats 9-5 after 8 minutes on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Rural Cyclery, Griggsville Estates Assisted Living, and the Mash-Offs.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Quarter in the books, Rodney. Van Far leading Bowling Green by 4, 9-5. And we saw some good things from both sides.
We did, and I mentioned during the break, it was a very clean played first half. Turnovers weren't numerous, and the turnovers that there were, most of them were forced rather than unforced.
Mm-hmm. Keller drops it down to Wallace, all wide open as Zumwalt. An easy finish. She's got 6 points already. And it's 11-5 Van Far.
Well, she's scored her points from the blocks, and they've done a nice job of finding her down there, and she's converted.
In the corner, Bibb hassled and loses it out of bounds. Good work defensively by Trinity Squirts, but they're going to say Squirts did get a piece of it before it squirted out of bounds. Here's Charlton off the glass, no good. Rebound, Hickerson. She was blocked. Back to Sydney Charlton. They'll reset. Here's a three. Schumacher misses everything. Goes out of bounds back to Van Far. She saw she had an opportunity, but Schumacher didn't get set.
Didn't have her legs underneath her.
Gives it back to Van Far, and there's a travel. Keller drug the back foot. And it goes back to Bowling Green. So,
well, no sooner did I mention not having many unforced turnovers, and we've had one by each team on each of the last possession.
Here's Dawson, out high for Bowling Green. Good job to keep her feet under her. Kicks it to the corner to Bibb. Hickerson back to Schumacher now for Dawson again. And kind of telegraphing the pass. It was stolen, but stolen back by Bowling Green. Bibb to Schumacher to the near side for Dawson. Gave up her dribble. Tried to give a pass down to Charlton. It's taken away. Elliot Utterback got in the way of that pass. gets the steal. Here's Keller on the far side. Finds her way to the baseline, blocked by Charlton, and then she steps out of bounds and gives it back to Van Far. Made a good play, just ran out of room.
Just got the heel of her right foot on the end line. Nice play to make the clean block, but couldn't corral the bouncing ball without stepping out of bounds.
6:24 to go in the half. Here's Wallace off the inbound. She'll dribble out. Gives it to Keller, back to Wallace. Over to the far side for Squirts. They feed inside to Utterback. She puts it off the glass, scores, and is fouled.
Well, Van Far starting to establish a pattern of success on the low blocks, both with Zumwalt and now Utterback with the bucket, and she'll have an opportunity to convert the three-point play. Lead is 13-5. It was 5-4, so Van Far on a little bit of a run, 8-0.
And completing the three-point play is Elliott Utterback to make it 14-5. So a 9-point lead for the Lady Indians here on the road. Bibb on the wing, and just getting a little too aggressive with Trinity Squirts. She picks up her first personal. On the floor, first foul against the Lady Indians here in the second quarter. Charlton hands it off for Dawson, now back up top. Through Bibb to Schumacher, back to Sydney. Here's Hickerson. Her shot off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Chloe Zumwalt. Zumwalt ahead to Wallace. Now for Keller. Miley hands it back to Wallace. Chloe. Through Squirts, back to Wallace. Now for Zumwalt. Her hook shot is good.
Tough contested shot. That's her 8th point on the night, and she converts from about 6 feet.
16-5 Van Far. 5:20 to go in the half. Bibb back to Hickerson. To the near side for Dawson. Dawson to Schumacher. On the near side, back up top through Bibb. Long range three. That one drops through. Liv Dawson with the tray.
Much needed. 16-8 now, 5 minutes to play, second quarter.
Wallace with the ball for Van Far. To the near side for Keller. Back to Wallace. Squirts. Bounce pass for Zumwalt. Back to the free throw line. Utterback floater through the lane, no good. Charlton the rebound for Bowling Green. 4:31 to play in quarter number 2. Diana Bibb hits the side of the backboard trying to go baseline, and then Charlton knocks down the Van Far player going for the rebound in the corner, picks up her second personal.
Yeah, with 4.5 minutes left here in the second, you hate to see that, so she takes an immediate seat on the bench as Hahn comes back in. Van Far's had success getting behind the 3 level of the 1-3-1 zone, and they get the pass in there, and kind of with the defenders on the outside, they've been creating some numbers down low and have been having their way at the block with the majority of their points coming right there.
Also taking a break is Chloe Zumwalt, much deserved with 8 points. So they'll rotate around. Get Kenya Jones in that spot. Her shot hits the side of the backboard. Got her own rebound. Put back. No, a travel. Jones. Turnover back to Bowling Green. Midway point of quarter number 2.
Didn't see a lot there with that travel. I thought she got the shot back up in one motion, but they called it, and the turnover gives it back to the Lady Cats.
Here's Schumacher to Hickerson. Works it to Hahn, and she's tied up momentarily. Ball goes to the floor and taken away by Van Far. To Jones. Back up top for Utterback. Long 3, rims out. On the rebound for the Lady Cats. Hands it off to Liv Dawson. Bowling Green trailing by 8 here in the second quarter, 3:20 to play. Schumacher through Dean to Dawson on the far side. She goes back up to the top of the key. Now to Hickerson. She dribbles off the wing, gives it to Carly Dean. Drop it to Hahn, and she's pushed by Jones. That's going to be the first on Kenya.
Jones picks up the foul. Hahn may have gotten bailed out. In the same motion, she dribbled it off of her foot. However, she was pushed, so that could have changed the dynamic a little bit. Substitution back into the game after a brief break is Zumwalt for Van Far.
Dawson to inbound. Comes all the way out top for Charlton, who came back in the ball game. So the coaches are line matching here. Dawson, ball fake, kicks it far side. Dean for three. A little long on that one. Chased down and out of bounds is Schumacher. Tried to tip it up to herself. Couldn't tiptoe back in.
Ran out of real estate.
2:47 to go in the second quarter. First to two from Bowling Green. We'll have varsity boys action next. Then we'll be off to Winchester Championship semifinals. West Central in action, the 2 seed. That's coming up at 8:30. Here's Keller. Almost lost the handle on that one. Gives it back to Wallace. Working against Dean. Drops it to Zumwalt. Passes a little high. Had to readjust, and the shot went over everything out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Van Far with 2:27 on the clock.
Hahn, really good defense there. Made Zumwalt uncomfortable on that little shot from the baseline. Wasn't able to convert.
They go far side on the inbound. Back up to Wallace into the corner now for Utterback. Got a little push there from Hickerson. No call. Keller just hands it off to Zumwalt, who puts it off the glass for two more.
I thought Keller had a pretty good look, and she just chose to hand it to Zumwalt. She's in double digits.
And a timeout taken by Coach Epperson and the LadyCats with 2:08 to go in the second. It's a 10-point Van Far lead, 18-8 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Bank of Bluffs, Gambino's Eatery, and Nutrient Ag in Whitehall.
Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green is right here for you and your family. No matter what stage of life you are in, better health starts with your primary care provider, the person who knows your health history and can connect you with the right specialist if needed. The Hannibal Regional Medical Group team of primary care providers are ready to help guide you on your path to better health, right here at home. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bowling Green needs a spark here, down by 10. Dawson off the timeout. Her shot blocked. Wallace gets the loose ball, and here comes Keller up the floor for the Lady Indians. Far side, here's a three. That one off the mark, but Wallace gets a long rebound for Van Far. They'll reset. Keller at the top of the key over to the far side for Elliot Utterback. Utterback gave up the ball to Keller. No one moving for Van Far. They get it to Zumwalt. She goes off the glass, no good. Got her own rebound and a much better look the second time, and she makes no mistake. 20-8 Van Far.
12 points on the night for Chloe Zumwalt, leading all scorers. 20-8, as Mark mentioned, is our score.
Here's Dawson. Drops it off for Hickerson to the far side for Carly Dean. Dean back to Liv Dawson. Ball fake. Dean for three. That one's long. Charlton the rebound. Gets it back to Hickerson. To Dean again. They'll reset. To Schumacher on the near side. Back to Sid Charlton. Sydney. Corner. Dean for three. Short. And the rebound picked up by Utterback. Here comes Van Far. Elliot Utterback. Long three again. That one's good. Her first tray tonight, and the lead continues to grow for Van Far. 23-8. We're down to 35 seconds to go in the half.
That was about a 23-footer there.
Here's Schumacher. Bowling Green just does not seem interested in shooting in the paint, and that shot no good for Charlton. And Van Far going to play for the final shot here. Wallace takes her time getting across the line, down to 15 on the clock. Keller, far side, Utterback for three. A little long on this one. Tip up rebound, Van Far keeps. And out of bounds was Carly Hahn underneath the basket. Gives it back to Bowling Green with 5.6 on the clock. They need a bucket. They'll roll it forward. Dawson gets it. Clock running. Put on the brakes. Going to run out of time. Did not get the shot off. Missed anyway, and we go to the locker rooms with Van Far on the road, leading Bowling Green 23-8. And we'll have the halftime report for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Niebuhr Funeral Homes, Clevenger Contractors Incorporated, and Silex Banking Company.
The Eagle 102 Sports halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 Sports halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
As the fight song plays at Bowling Green High School, the LadyCats trail the Van Far Lady Indians 23-8 in a first quarter that was fairly close. It was 5-4 for a while. Van Far opened up the 4-point lead by the end of the quarter, but that second quarter was all Lady Indians. Just the Liv Dawson three, and I think that was kind of surprise scoring. So really, this game without those 2 threes is 23-2 after 2 quarters. So Bowling Green needs to figure some things out. Needs to figure out a way to get Sydney Charlton some more room.
Yeah, she's operating with very little space and has kicked it back out. And as we mentioned in the pregame, going to have to take the opportunity and find some scoring somewhere else if they can't get her with a little bit more of a better look. The bucket that she did make, she wasn't on the low block. She was about 6 or 8 feet away on the side of the lane, had some space and converted rather easily. So I think she needs to get herself in a different position to receive the pass coming in from the point. And, you know, more than a couple of times, several times, you know, Bowling Green's got a 12, 15-foot jumper wide open in the lane, and they look to dump it down low. Well, you're going to have to take that and make that shot.
And they've got to be a little more I guess, confident with the basketball. It seems like the first sign of pressure, they give up their dribble and really get themselves into trouble. So Bowling Green needs to figure things out real quick. Van Far's done a great job, though, on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. Turnovers favor Van Far, 9 for Bowling Green, only 6 for the Lady Indians, and the rebounds also favor Van Far, 12-7, as a lot of those missed shots for Bowling Green being pulled down and cleaned off the glass by the Lady Indians.
23-8, Van Far leading Bowling Green. The LadyCats already out of the locker room. So whatever Coach Epperson needed to say, she said it quick and got her team back out on the floor. Van Far still in the locker room. We'll take a break, come back with first half scoring after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Hano's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options: muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Here it's 23-8, Van Far leading Bowling Green over at Louisiana's court warming night. The Louisiana Lady Dogs lead Ellsbury after 6-4 at the last update. Do you have our first half scoring numbers tallied up?
I do. For the Lady Indians of Van Far visiting Bowling Green this evening, Elliot Utterback has a three-pointer, and the only foul shot attempted by Van Far converted on that. She has 8 points. Miley Keller hit a three in the first quarter. She's got 3. And leading all scorers, Chloe Zumwalt with 12, 8 in the second quarter of play. For Bowling Green, Diana Bibb has a 3. Olivia Dawson has a 3, and Sydney Charlton with a single bucket from 2 in the first quarter. That sets our score at 23-8 as we get ready to move into the third quarter of play.
Pretty dominant first half for the Van Far Lady Indians. Let's see if Bowling Green can make the adjustment in quarter number 3. We'll take a break, come back. We're just minutes away from second half action here from Bowling Green High School on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Bank of Campsville, The Pierre, Logan Agri-Service, and Curlis Auction.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Getting ready for the second half. Van Far out of the locker room at halftime. Louisiana leads Ellsbury 18-12. So the Lady Dogs have extended their lead to 6 at the half. And Jim Ross over there providing us some updates here.
They had a little bit of an offensive explosion in the second half, much like the Lady Indians did here in our second quarter, I should say, much like they did here in the second quarter of play from Bowling Green. 23-8 is the score. Foul shots, there weren't many, as I mentioned. Utterback was 1 of 1 for the line. That's the only attempts for Van Far in the first half. And Kaylee Hahn missed the 2 shots that came in the first quarter. Bowling Green 0 of 2 from the charity stripe.
Yep, only Kaylee Hahn at the line. So here it's 23-8. We'll take one more break, come back with second half action after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Thiele's Garage, Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Ackles Farm Market, and United Community Bank.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in downtown Louisiana is under new ownership. It's been updated and offers its own unique charm. Our historic venue is perfect for weddings, celebrations, and gatherings. Make your special moments unforgettable. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Time to start the second half here from Bowling Green High School. It's the Vanfar Lady Indians 23, the Bowling Green Lady Cats 8. It was 9-5 after one. And 23-8 here after 2 quarters.
If the possession arrow is right, Bowling Green should get the ball to begin play here in the second half, the third quarter set to begin. The officials are on the floor waiting for the teams.
You know, this is the first time I've been back in the gym since my daughter graduated in the spring. Or, I guess spring. And they've made quite a few improvements here. They've added the shot clocks, the light-up scoreboards or backboards at the end of the quarters. The entrance is all new. A little bit more room there in the entryway.
Little tricky. Only one of the doors had a handle that I could get in, so I was kind of tapping on windows and doors, not knowing how to get into the gym.
Step out. Here's a 3 for Sid Charlton, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Keller. We're underway in quarter number 3. Lots of improvements here at Bowling Green, the new central office. On the other side of the building here.
Well, Sydney found some space that time.
Turnaround hook, no good. And Charlton grabs the rebound away from Zumwalt off her miss. Here comes Dawson, long pass ahead. Bowling Green gets it to Sid Charlton to the hoop. In and a foul on Zumwalt. It's going to be the second on Chloe Zumwalt. And just what Bowling Green needed. Get her into a little bit of foul trouble and get Sid going.
Well, of course, the first possession, she took the 3 from the top of the key, but that time they got her the ball at the free throw line in motion, and she had some options, went ahead and took it to the basket, converted the three-point play.
In, out, and back in was the free throw to make it 23-11. And the ball knocked out of bounds on the far side. It's going to stay with Van Far. In between the scorer's table and the Van Far bench. Jones to inbound. Gets it to Keller. Miley dribbles to the far wing. Back up top. Hickerson on her. Just dribbles around Brooke. Gets it down to Zumwalt. Her shot. A little long, and the rebound pulled in by Utterback. Back up top for Wallace. Hickerson tied her up momentarily. Now Utterback with it again to Keller. Keller at the top of the key. Starts her dribble to the near side. Back to Wallace. Wallace gets it to Jones. Jones pass for Zumwalt is knocked away by Sydney Charlton.
Good quick hands there. Disrupted the flow, got in the passing lane, tipped it out of bounds, and the Lady Indians will have to reset their offense.
Jones goes to Keller on the inbound. She dribbles to the near side. Back up top, gets it to Utterback. Utterback works against Bibb. Now to Jones. Kenya Jones steps inside 3 and puts it up and in. First points of the night for Kenya Jones.
Nice mid-range jump shot there. Took 2 steps inside the arc and converted from about 15 feet.
Schumacher is fouled by Utterback. Going to be the first on Elliott. Second foul of the quarter against Van Far. Charlton in the far corner. Here's a 3. That one is good. Schumacher with the tray. First points for Avery in this one. Makes it 25-14 and another foul. This one against Bowling Green and Brooke Hickerson.
Hickerson ran through this screen, knocking Keller to the ground.
Utterback runs into a double team, gets it back to Jones. To Zumwalt, turnaround shot. That one dies on the back iron and falls through. 14 points now for Zumwalt, and a timeout taken on the floor with 5:25 to go in the third. It's 27-14. Van Far leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Tom Womble's Dozing and Tiling, Emmerich Insurance Marketing Group, Bolin Chevrolet, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
After the timeout, here's Charlton. Out high, leaves it for Dawson. Free throw line, back to Sydney Charlton off the glass, and that one rolls through. Sydney Charlton with 2 more to make it 27-16. Van Far ahead, they have the ball. Bowling Green stepping up the pressure. 3-quarter court now. Keller gets it to Jones, and that ball ricocheted off somebody out of bounds, off a Bowling Green player.
Quickly.
Yeah.
It turned around and went directly out of bounds with pace.
That means it was either off a knee or a foot.
I think Hickerson got some body part on it and caused that to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Indians.
Here's Zumwalt off the inbound, and good defense by Sydney Charlton. She gets the rebound. Takes up the floor herself. Near side. Schumacher almost found some room, kicks it back now, and gets it back from Sydney Charlton, and a foul going to be called on Keller. That was a quick whistle, I think.
I thought they were going to call a held ball there, but they ended up whistling Keller for the foul.
4:35 to go here in the third quarter. Bowling Green's cut the deficit to 11. As Charlton started to heat up, here's Dawson back to Sydney Charlton. Charlton, center of the lane, fadeaway jumper short, and the rebound is loose, kicked, and taken by Wallace. Chloe Wallace on the run, puts on the brakes. Never gave up her dribble, gave it to Keller, now to Utterback. Utterback, long-range 3 is off the mark, and the rebound picked up by Bibb. Schumacher. Charlton from the free throw line extended, no good, and out of bounds. Good job by Elliott Utterback to box out Brooke Hickerson and allow that ball to go out of bounds.
Yeah, even if she grabs it there, she's immediately under pressure. Good job to just let it go out of bounds, and they'll be able to walk it up the floor.
Carly Hunn checks in for Van Far. She has the ball in the corner, gives it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt lost control, and they're going to say it was lost clean. So good job by Charlton.
Bowling Green's done a nice job on Zumwalt here to begin the third quarter of play. When she's received the pass, she's been a little further away from the basket. Good inside position by Bowling Green, and she's only got the single bucket here in the third quarter.
Charlton standing on the three-point line, gives it to Dawson. Dawson back to Sydney Charlton. Charlton against Zumwalt, can't get that one to fall. And Chloe with the rebound for Van Far. 3:25 to go in the third. 27-16. Lady Indians lead. We'll have one more game here from Bowling Green as the boys will do battle. Bowling Green and Van Far. Foul called against the Lady Cats.
It's going to go against Hickerson. A reach-in foul, her second.
Then we'll go to the Winchester Tournament. 102nd Winchester Tournament. Championship semifinal with West Central in action. Keller to the far side for Hun. Back to Keller. Free throw line for Utterback to the near side. Jones gets it to Zumwalt. She lost the handle on it, but tracked down in the corner by Hun. Good job by Van Far. They're ball hawks. Ball's loose and they go for it. This time it's off of Jones' hand out of bounds.
Well, you jinxed them, Mark.
Yeah. I mean, she went after it. She just ran out of room.
She did go after it. You are correct, sir.
27-16 is the Van Far lead. Dawson for Bowling Green. Stops inside the three-point line. That shot misses everything, goes out of bounds. And back to Van Far. This place is filled up.
It has.
Good to see between these two long-time rivals. Even got some members of the Midcourt Mafia, the old school Midcourt Mafia for Van Far in attendance.
Nice night. Temperatures haven't plummeted yet.
Oh, it's coming. Jones goes out of bounds.
Third turnover for the Lady Indians here in the third quarter of play. 27-16. Bowling Green has chipped away at the halftime 23-8 deficit, and they have the ball.
They were making inroads on it, but have kind of stalled offensively, and now Jones going to pick up a foul, her second. And she'll be replaced by Chloe Wallace. So you got Wallace, Utterback, Hun, and foul on the inbound play. This one's going to be on Van Far, too.
That's the fifth here in the third quarter.
So we'll be shooting free throws. The foul was on Carly Hun. And they'll send Liv Dawson to the line. And that one off the back iron and out.
Came in a little flat.
She'll have one more opportunity. And that one's off the mark, but the rebound tracked down in the corner by Sydney Charlton. Back to Dawson. Up top. Schumacher gets it to, oh, we're going to have a foul. Oh, and she can't believe it. That's Zumwalt's third. Got a block on Sydney Charlton. She thought it was clean. They said fingertips.
Charlton has converted her only attempt from the charity stripe. She'll have two now.
Hits the first. Ten-point game. Second shot, good as well.
7 points in the third for Charlton after just a single bucket in the first half.
27-18, timeout on the floor. Van Far leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Rural Cyclery, Griggsville Estates Assisted Living, and the Mash-Offs.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
2:08 to go in the third quarter. Van Far lead down to single digits, 27-18, as Bowling Green is chipped away here in this third quarter. Ball tipped into the backcourt, picked up by Chloe Wallace. Wallace takes it all the way to the baseline, then is fouled by Dawson.
That's Dawson's first, and could have been tipped out. Could have been an out-of-bounds play, but they're going to go ahead and whistle the foul.
Third foul against the LadyCats. Miss, and on the second shot, another foul. This one's going to send Hun to the line.
Going to whistle Charlton. Boy, I thought she did a nice job of maintaining her vertical position, but that's her third.
So she's got 3, and Zumwalt has 3 on the other side, and the free throw's no good for Carly Hun.
Her first attempts of the night, just the second and third attempt for Van Far.
Second one was good, puts the lead back to 10. First point for Hun in the book. And here's Dean with it on the far side for Bowling Green. Back to Sydney Charlton. Her shot goes over everything. Hun the rebound, gets it up to Miley Keller. She weaves her way up the floor. Gives it to Utterback. May got away with a little travel there. Here's Wallace to Hun. Blocked this time cleanly by Sydney Charlton, who gives it off to Carly Dean. To Olivia Dawson in the backcourt. Across the line now. Minute 12 to go in the third quarter. Charlton hands it off for Avery Schumacher. Schumacher through Hickerson. Back to Dawson. To Brooke Hickerson again. Over to the far side for Dean. Up top for Schumacher. Schumacher back to Dean for 3. That one drops through. Carly Dean with a tray. Her first points tonight. Lead down to 7. 28-21. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Zumwalt kicks it back. Elliott Utterback. Her shot off the iron and out. Dawson got the rebound. Goes coast to coast off the glass and in. Olivia Dawson. Bowling Green making their move. Van Far lead down to 5. 24 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Keller across the line. Taken away by Dawson. Here we go again. 3-on-2 for Bowling Green. Here's Hickerson. Hickerson off the glass and good. Brooke Hickerson in the book. Lead down to 3. 25 on the board for Bowling Green. 28 Van Far. Down to 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Utterback. Stops, pops inside 3. No good. We played 3, and we got a ball game. 28-25. Van Far leads Bowling Green. Headed to the fourth on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Bank of Bluffs, Gambino's Eatery, and Nutrient Ag in Whitehall.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
28-25, Van Far leads. They'll have the ball to start the fourth. Bowling Green outscores Van Far in that third quarter, 17-5. And you hit the nail on the head before we came back. They got Sydney Charlton moving. The whole first half, she was pretty stationary.
She just received the pass in the first half at the low block and just couldn't do anything with it this third quarter.
And a steal by Schumacher. She's on a break. To the basket, we have a one-point game. Avery Schumacher starts the fourth quarter for Bowling Green. 28-27. Van Far still with the lead. Here's Utterback. Top of the key over to the far side for Wallace. Her shot off balance, misses everything, and saved, and off the face of Schumacher. And it'll go back to Van Far. Smart play by Carly Hunn.
Good hustle there. That was headed out of bounds, set to go back to Bowling Green, but the Lady Indians will keep it underneath their own basket.
That's that ball hawk mentality that we were talking about. She wanted it more than Bowling Green. Here's Utterback on the bonus possession, and a foul going to be whistled against the Lady Cats. Goes against Schumacher. Her first, team's first here in the fourth. Wallace running out of time, gets it to Utterback. Knocked away by Schumacher, tied up. It'll go to Bowling Green. Good work. I think Schumacher realized that she gave him that bonus possession, so she was going to take it back.
Bowling Green has really upped the intensity of their defense here in the second half of play, and it's paying big dividends.
Here's a three from the corner, and Dean puts Bowling Green ahead. Carly Dean makes it 30-28. Lady Cats, they've come all the way back. Did it get to 14? I know it was 12 points for a while. That shot no good, and Zumwalt is being shut down by Sydney Charlton right now.
It was 15 at half.
There you go. Dawson hasn't started her dribble yet, now does. Working against Hunn, gets it to Sydney Charlton. Charlton to Brooke Hickerson. Hickerson works it down low, off the glass, good. Good passing and a nice finish by Sydney Charlton. She's into double figures, and Bowling Green leads 32-28. That's their biggest lead of the night. 4 points. 6:20 to go in regulation. Hunn with it on the far side. Lobs it down to Zumwalt. They work the double. Now get it back down low. Turnaround shot, no good. Put back, and Zumwalt back in the book. She's got 16. And a timeout taken in a 2-point ball game. 32-30. Bowling Green leading Van Far here in the fourth. 6:08 to go on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Niebuhr Funeral Homes, Clevenger Contractors Incorporated, and Silex Banking Company.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Well, Rodney, when you get a game between 2, 4, and 7 teams, you hope, it isn't just a sloppy mess.
This game has been very cleanly played
Clean,
by both teams.
A lot of skill on display. A huge lead built by Van Far. A huge comeback by Bowling Green. We've had just about everything. This has been a fun one. Doesn't look like a couple of 4 and 7 teams for sure. Work it down. Charlton gets it back. Here's Schumacher off the glass for 3. You don't see it often, but the bank is open. 35-30. 5:40 to go.
6 threes on the night for the Lady Cats to this point.
That's been a difference. It's opened up Charlton for sure. Ball taken away by the Lady Cats. Empty possession for Van Far. They trail by 5.
7 turnovers here in the second half for Van Far.
Little floater through the lane is good for Olivia Dawson. She doesn't get that kind of room often. 37-30, Lady Cats.
The motion is so much better for Bowling Green in the second half, and it's leading to open looks all over the court, not just Sydney Charlton.
Big collision on the near side between Dawson and Hunn. The 3 is off the mark. Rebound taken away by Sydney Charlton. She's everywhere all of a sudden. Dean hands it off to Dawson. Bowling Green trying to add to that 7-point lead here with 4:45 to go in the fourth. Charlton. And a push off. And I think that's going to be the fourth on Zumwalt. No, the third on Zoom. I had her for 3 already.
I did as well. Interesting.
Well, that's a much better situation for Chloe Zumwalt. Dawson needs to find somebody, comes all the way back to the line for Charlton, who gives it back to Olivia Dawson. Dawson free throw line now to Charlton. Charlton back to Liv. Over to the far side. Here's Brooke Hickerson. Back to Carly Dean. Dean gives it to Schumacher, almost taken from her. And the ball tipped into the backcourt, going to turn into a partial break. And Hun traveled. Oh, no, they're going to call the foul. Hun was out of control, got bailed out.
Bailed out by the whistle.
And they're going to say she was shooting too?
Well, yes, that's what they're saying, and I have no idea how that was
determined. And the free throw is good. That's Hun at the line, correct?
Yes. I can't see her number, but I recognize the ponytail.
Yeah, she hit them both. She's 3 of 4 from the line. And it's 37-32. Another timeout taken by Van Far with 4:15 to go. It's a 5-point ball game. Bowling Green leads on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Hano's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Dawson, after the timeout, works past the time stripe. Under immense pressure. Here's Dean. Back up top for Schumacher. To the near side for Dawson through Hickerson. Now to the wing for Dean. To Schumacher now for Hickerson. Back to Dean for 3 over Jones. Missed everything. And they rebound just too tall for Dawson. Over her outstretched hand. And we're going the other way. And Utterback runs into a Bowling Green player. No call. And now we will have a call. And we're going to have 3 free throws. Hickerson charged with the personal.
I've got that as Brooks' third.
That's what I have as well. 3:35 to go in regulation.
I believe that's Hun back to the charity stripe.
It is, and she rims this one out. Should have 2 more opportunities. The second is good. 37-33. And the final free throw opportunity is good. She hits 2 of 3. Dawson across the line. Bowling Green can slow it down just a little bit as long as they stay in motion. Schumacher to Dawson, lost control, got it back. Gets it to Sydney Charlton. Shot is no good, and the rebound picked up by Utterback. She was flat-footed by the time she got control of that ball, and the shot was just off. Zumwalt. Down 3, no, but a foul And that's number 4 on Sydney Charlton.
That's a tough one to pick up from Sydney, especially if anything, it looked like Zumwalt could have been whistled for clearing out a little bit with a good elbow into the ribs, and wasn't much contact battling down on the blocks, but nonetheless, that's the 4th foul on Charlton.
And the free throws coming. First one is good. Zumwalt drops it through. 2-point game, 37-35, 2:50 to go. Second shot for Chloe is also good. The lead down to 1. Boy, this thing has been back and forth in the second half. Big third quarter by Bowling Green. Van Far has gotten back in it again. Dawson gave up the dribble. Gives it to Charlton. Sydney starts her dribble, and we're going to have a foul on Kenya Jones, her 3rd. Just the 2nd foul against Van Far here in the 4th quarter. So still a ways for the bonus. Next Bowling Green foul put Van Far at the line. Charlton adjusts. Fadeaway jumper's good.
What a pass to find Charlton by Dawson between the legs of a defender.
Out high with it is Keller. Hickerson just blasted through that pick. To near side Utterback. Step out 3 is good. Oh, Elliott Utterback into double figures and ties this game at 39. A wing and a prayer there, huh? And now a foul going to be called on Keller. 3rd team foul, just her 2nd.
All tied up at 39. This has been quite a second half of play.
Minute 44 on the clock. It is not a shooting foul. Schumacher had gone to the free throw line, but again, just the 3rd team foul.
From Louisiana, 27-21, end of 3. Louisiana still on top of Ellsbury.
Down low, Charlton couldn't roll it in off the back iron. And here comes Van Far trying to take the lead back. Here's Utterback, just hit a big 3. Through Hun to the far side. And Jones wasn't expecting that pass. Dean hands it to Dawson, and a timeout taken by Bowling Green with a minute 20 to go in the 4th. Tied at 39. The LadyCats and Van Far on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Bank of Campsville, The Pierre, Logan Agri-Service, and Curlis Auction.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Well, I just hope now that the boys' game lives up to the standard that the girls have put on here.
Well,
in this first one.
It's been a whale of a game, and again, we keep kind of harping on it a little bit, but a very clean played game, and one thing, Bowling Green has forced some turnovers. They're leading the turnover battle in the second half. 8 for Van Far, only 2 turnovers for the LadyCats, and they've stayed relatively close on the rebounds, 9-7 in favor of Van Far, but overall a good game.
Here's Dawson, works it into Charlton. Her shot was no good, and the rebound picked up by Zumwalt. Keller with a minute 5 to go to Utterback. Tie ball game at 39. We're under a minute. Here's a 3 from Utterback, misses everything, and this time no one there to pick it up, and it'll go back to Bowling Green. I'm not sure I would have let that one go.
Probably forced that one a little bit. She was well outside the arc and really wasn't square, wasn't set.
Dawson across the line. Head of steam. Kicks it back. Sydney Charlton down to 40 seconds on the clock. Gave up her dribble, gives it back to Liv Dawson. Dawson to Sydney Charlton. That's who hands you want the ball in. Down to 32 seconds. Back to Dawson. Dawson going to drive. Ball knocked away from her, goes to the floor, and it's going to Van Far with 27.9 on the clock.
Charlton didn't know it. She received one pass, and had she turned, she had a clear path to the basket, but obviously didn't have eyes in the back of her head. So now Van Far gets it. Under 30 seconds to play with a chance to go ahead.
Near side, Utterback. Down to 22 on the clock. Utterback was trapped, got it to Keller. Now to Zumwalt. To Jones. Jones back to Zumwalt. She kicked it. Picked up by Dawson. 13 seconds on the clock. Ahead to Hickerson. Across the lane. Off the glass and good. Schumacher puts Bowling Green ahead and a timeout on the floor with 5.2 seconds to go. 41-39. Bowling Green leads Van Far on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Thiele's Garage, Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Ackles Farm Market, and United Community Bank.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
This has Game of the Year candidate written on it. 41-39, Bowling Green leads with 5.4 seconds to go, and Van Far will have the ball.
I'm a little bit winded just watching, but a very exciting game, and Bowling Green has come all the way back, led by as many as 5, and now just with a few clicks left, they lead by 2, 41-39 with 5.2 seconds left.
Teams coming back on the floor. Van Far first. They got to figure out a way, I'd say, to get it to either Utterback or Zumwalt. Zumwalt will be the one inbounding.
4 fouls this quarter on Bowling Green, so any foul here will lead to free throws.
Utterback with it. In the backcourt, down to 3. She gets across the line. Here's the 3, partially blocked. Bowling Green comes back from a 15-point halftime deficit to beat Van Far. 41-39 is the final. What a ball game here from Bowling Green High School. We'll take a break, come back with the final numbers, get you set for the boys game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Tom Womble's Dozing and Tiling, Emmerich Insurance Marketing Group, Bolin Chevrolet, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Klarbrunn Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Post-Game Show on KJFM Radio.
Well, Rodney, it's almost too bad that we have to transition so quickly to the boys' game because we could talk about this one for a while. Bowling Green overcomes a 15-point halftime deficit to beat Van Far 41-39. They come back, actually take, a 7-point lead at one point. Van Far comes back, ties it with the other back three, and both teams kind of struggle over the final 40 seconds, but Bowling Green gets a big steal and a 2-on-1 break, and don't make a mistake. Great pass by Hickerson across the key to Schumacher to win the ball game.
Schumacher with an incredible second half, 10 points, 2 threes, and the game-winning bucket with 5 seconds and change on the clock. Big story in the second half, 10 turnovers for Van Far, only 2 for Bowling Green, and Bowling Green was able to convert a lot of those turnovers, including the last 2, into points.
And it was just an easy adjustment. Start moving. Not just Charlton. She was a lot more active, by the way, but everyone was more active on both ends of the floor. On the back end, they had the hands in passing lanes. They were a little more tenacious, got those little cheater shots in when they needed to, just threw Van Far off their game. On the offensive end, the motion, the passing, much better. Got Sid open. You get secondary scoring from Schumacher, and that's what Bowling Green's been looking for all year.
33-16, they outscored Van Far in the second half to win this one at almost the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. Your final scoring numbers?
Final scoring for Van Far, 5 points from Carly Hunn. She was 5 of 7 from the line in the second half. Utterback with 11, 2 for Kenya Jones, a single 3 for Keller. Leading all scorers, Chloe Zumwalt with 18, only 6 in the second half, 2 buckets and 2 free throws. So they did a nice job of adjusting and keeping Chloe off the low blocks with the easy layups. For Bowling Green, Carly Dean, 2 big threes. She had 6. Brooke Hickerson with a single bucket for 2. As I mentioned, Avery Schumacher, she scored 10. Diana Bibb with a 3 in the first quarter. Olivia Dawson with 7. And Sydney Charlton leads the Lady Bobcats with 13, 9 or 11 of those coming in the second half of play.
Those are our final scoring numbers, and the final again, Bowling Green 41, Van Far 39. We'll start the pregame show for the boys after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Rural Cyclery, Griggsville Estates Assisted Living, and the Mash-Offs.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college, right here at home. From routine checkups to immunizations, we're equipped to handle all of your child's health needs. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
We are back at the Bowling Green High School Gymnasium. Just completed an exciting girls tilt between Van Far and Bowling Green, the host. I'm Rodney Dolbear alongside Mark Froelich. We've got the boys on the court warming up about 8.5 minutes before this one tips off, and a tall task to live up to the excitement of the first game for the boys squads.
But two teams that can do it. Both these teams only 2 losses on the season. Bowling Green 8-2, Van Far 12-2, and it's been impressive. The turnaround. First-year coach Andrew Martinson coming in to have his team 8-2. Pat Conaway, who had to kind of reload this year after a big graduating class, including his son, who was running the point for the last 4 years. You had a lot of your ball handling graduate last year for Van Far, but they've been able to make the adjustment.
They have, and have picked up 12 wins so far this season, and obviously playing very well. The faces and names may have changed a little bit, but so far the results have been very favorable for Van Far.
So far, so good. 7.5 minutes to go before we start this one. We'll take a quick break and come back with the keys to the game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Bank of Bluffs, Gambino's Eatery, and Nutrient Ag in Whitehall.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Illness can happen anytime or anywhere, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Urgent Care provides friendly, expert, affordable care with short wait times and no appointment is necessary. When you need care, remember Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Back in Bowling Green, the band is heating up. The crowd has filled in. The gym still with a little bit of buzz that the last game generated, and I look for the crowd to be somewhat electric as we move into the nightcap here between the boys squads.
And our keys to the game for this matchup, Rodney, I think Bowling Green is already thinking about matchups because they've kind of loaded up some beef on the back end with Aiden Grody in the starting 5. They really want him to match up against Pacey Redding and the Van Far forward group.
Well, obviously, like you mentioned, looking at some matchups, and once again, we'll see as we move into the game, are they able to capitalize on the matchups that they're trying to create, and will that lead to positive outcomes for Bowling Green? Obviously, Bowling Green will get out and run a little bit, don't mind to push the pace a little bit. Will be interesting to see how, again, Van Far has had good guards for a long time, capable of handling the ball. Bowling Green puts any pressure on them. We'll see how the Indians are able to handle the basketball, keep the possession, not make any of the forced turnovers leading to easy run-out points.
I'm wondering, if Van Far, who's long been known for the good defensive play, is going to allow a Jace Eskew to dunk here at home tonight, because that's kind of been his signature move. And he's transitioned so well from the football field, where he had a long year, to the basketball court. He did not miss a beat coming back inside off the gridiron.
A lot of the teams, especially, a lot of the names are familiar for all of us here from the football season, especially when you get into the smaller schools. And, so you see a lot of the same kids on the football field as you see on the basketball field. And when you run deep into the playoffs like Bowling Green did, and Van Far made a fairly deep run as well. Basketball season comes pretty quick, and we are into January now, but should have your basketball legs underneath you, but it's always a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, and, we had so long kind of stuck inside with games getting canceled and whatnot. It wasn't just Clopton tournament. It was everywhere was getting canceled for a solid week. So you've been in the gym a lot. I know some teams went like 30 practices between games. I mean, that is a lot of time just, working on what you think is going to happen instead of adjusting to what has happened.
Well, those were your keys, or are your keys to the game. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Niebuhr Funeral Homes, Clevenger Contractors Incorporated, and Silex Banking Company.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We are moments away from the tip-off of the boys' game between Bowling Green and the visiting Van Far Indians. Starting lineups.
And the starters for the visiting Van Far Indians, they'll start senior forward, number 0, Carson Huff. Number 12, junior forward, Kason Christian. Number 20, junior forward, Pacey Running. Number 21, a junior guard, Gavin Gaston. And a junior forward, number 34, Evan Utterback. Getting ready for the national anthem. We'll give you Bowling Green starters after the break on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Handel's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
And your starters for Bowling Green. Just going to pause here for 1 second. There was a game time decision to be made, and they'll start off the starting five with a sophomore guard, number 5, Ryan Hall. Number 22, a sophomore, Jack McDaniel. A senior guard, number 23, Chase Heskew. Joaquin Aguilar will be in the starting five. He's wearing number 24. And he is a senior guard. And rounding out the starting five for Bowling Green is the senior forward, number 34, Aiden Grody. So again, for Van Far, it's Huff, Christian, Redding, Gaston, and Utterback. For Bowling Green, it's Aguilar, Hall, McDaniel, Eskew, and Grody as the fight song plays. Van Far in the center circle, joined by Bowling Green. And Rodney, are you ready for this?
I am. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. The teams are on the floor. So are the cheerleaders. I assume they'll let them get back to their position. Jumping center is going to be Eskew for Bowling Green. He'll jump against Gavin Gaston, the junior for Van Far. Bowling Green will be traveling right to left on your radio dial, if anybody actually has a dial anymore.
Well, they got the buttons.
They do.
It's like there's a left and a right button. That's up or down.
Hall waits in the backfield. It's tipped to Hall. Hall brings it across the timeline, dumps it into Grody, top of the key. Right side, handoff to Eskew, double team quickly. Pass into the corner, long three-pointer on the way, just off the mark, a little long. Rebound fought for. They're going to whistle and call Bowling Green with the foul.
Yeah.
Aguilar picks up the personal. Didn't look like it was anything more than going for a rebound. If anything, he had offensive position, but the foul creates the turnover. So empty possession on possession number 1 for Bowling Green. And the Indians come into the near court with the ball. On the right wing is Christian. Christian holds it now top of the key for Gaston. Gaston with the right hand dribbles into the paint. He travels.
Yeah, he traveled about 3 different times, I think.
I didn't know where the whistle was, but it finally came, so Bowling Green gets it after the turnover.
Coach Conaway was saying, no, that was tipped. That was tipped.
Aguilar brings it into the near court with the right-hand dribble. He has Hall in the far corner. Catches a high pass, head and shoulder fake, back out to the top of the key. He's guarded there by Huff. Into Grody, three-pointer head and shoulder fake, baseline. Grody gets the pass down low, shot off the mark. Rebound underneath, controlled by Gaston. Gaston pushes up the right side, guarded by Aguilar. All the way to the basket. Grody with the block. Bowling Green controls. Hall crosses the timeline to Grody. Back right side, Aguilar. Aguilar on the ground. Grody off the glass. It won't go. Had the good look, missed the bunny. And with another rebound is Gavin Gaston.
Yeah, with big arms like he has, touch. You know, you got to learn to be softer with those big arms, big hands.
A little bit long. Three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark. It won't go for Gaston. A lot of action, not much scoring, just a minute and a half in. Rainbow right side for Hall. Steps into the free throw line. Three-pointer on the way from the left wing. Score the basket for Jack McDaniel with the three from the left wing. And Bowling Green strikes first. They're on top 3-0, 6:15 left in the first quarter.
Kind of a similar start to the girls' game. Slow going, and then the threes start popping.
Christian hands off to Huff. Looks left side for Redding. Redding to Huff, three-pointer top of the key. This one's off the mark. Rebound underneath, Van Far has it. Grody's going to pick up the foul, and going to the line, shooting 2 is Evan Utterback.
That's 2 big boys doing battle right there.
That was a major league collision.
Yeah.
First foul shot didn't quite have enough steam. It clanks off the front of the iron. One more coming for Utterback. Van Far trying to get in the books. Second one on the way. This one's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. So it's 3-1. Aguilar comes up the far side in front of the Van Far bench. He hands top of the key for McDaniel. Hall into the paint. McDaniel, three-pointer from the left wing. This one's an air ball.
Uh-oh.
Gonna whistle.
That's Aiden's second.
Grody picks up 2 quick ones.
He'll come out of the ball game. Going to be replaced by Niemeyer.
Niemeyer into the game. To the bench, Grody with 2 fouls. Pace slows down as Gaston walks across the timeline, hands to the left wing for Huff. Top of the key for Utterback, dumps it right wing. Holding beyond 3 is Christian. Christian, top of the key. Redding bounce pass to the left side for Utterback. Free throw line extended, back to Redding. Redding drives left side, three-pointer, nice look from the left wing. It's off the mark, it won't go. Rebound Hall for Bowling Green. Gonna have a foul whistled against Gavin Gaston in the backcourt.
Yeah, just got a little too physical, going one-on-one up the floor.
McDaniel will inbounds. He gets to Aguilar. Aguilar comes into the near court, looks for Niemeyer. Niemeyer gets it. He hands off to Hall, guarded closely by Huff. 5 minutes to play first quarter. Hall with the right-hand dribble gets near the paint, but he'll stop, kicks it back out, resets to Aguilar. Aguilar, three-pointer from the wing, on the way, off the mark. It won't go for McDaniel.
Yeah, he made his first one. Has missed his last 2.
All the way to the basket. Huff, it won't go. Hall with the weak side rebound for Bowling Green. Hall, long three-pointer on the way. Too strong off the mark. Huff with the rebound. Van Far back quickly into the near court. Huff, right side for Gaston. Gaston baseline pass. Niemeyer's going to pick up the foul. It's going to go. He fouled Utterback. Redding was trying to get Utterback the ball on the block. Niemeyer just a little bit too aggressive, and that's 4 fouls, not even halfway through the first quarter on Bowling Green. So free throws coming for the Indians on any subsequent fouls from Bowling Green.
You just saw it from the introductions that Bowling Green is trying to dominate physically, and that you're going to pick up fouls.
Well, on the ensuing scrum, a couple of shots go up. Van Far with the offensive rebound. Gavin Gaston finally gets it to go, and he was fouled. So he's going to go to the line trying to complete the three-point play.
I haven't posted the foul on the board yet, but it was the 15th foul.
Misses the foul shot, so we're tied at 3.
It was on Eskew.
Eskew comes to the near court, loses the handle, turnover. Van Far back the other direction. Going to have a foul on Aguilar.
Almost some goaltending, too.
This is an unsustainable pace of fouling.
Yeah. Now Bowling Green has a fairly loaded bench.
Aguilar picks up his second foul to the line with a pair as Gavin Gaston.
Looks like Bowling Green's dressed, 12 guys for this game.
First one's on the way and no good.
Utterback checks out.
Second one,
air ball.
Is an air ball. I was going to try and give it credit for grazing the rim, but I don't think it touched anything.
No, that's why the whistle went.
So we're tied at 3. It's been very fast-paced. Hadn't been many shots go down. Bowling Green comes into the near court, all tied up. Entry pass to the free throw line extended. Now thinking about the long three is Hall.
They got to get Jace Eskew open.
He's open. He takes the three-pointer. It's an air ball, and it falls into the waiting arms of Kaysen Christian. So some uncharacteristically poor shooting from both teams so far. This one's dribbled off the foot of Van Far's Carson Huff. So this turnover gives it to Bowling Green.
Yep.
Set to inbounds on the near side of McDaniel. He's got the only made basket for Bowling Green made a three-pointer. And he inbounds to Eskew, who gets it right side for Hall. Back to McDaniel, top of the key, right side. Aguilar thinks about the three, kicks it back to McDaniel, top of the key for Hall, guarded by Huff. Eskew going to be fouled by Redding.
His first, team second. Yes, this is a lot of whistles early on.
Wide open for three, Aguilar left wing. It rims out, rebound Van Far. Huff grabs it. He comes into the near court with the left-hand dribble, takes it all the way to the rack over Niemeyer. It won't go. Rebound, Bowling Green's Aguilar. He hands to Hall, middle of the court. Running, has Eskew in the corner. Three-pointer on the way, high-arcing shot. Touches rim, but it won't go in. It was in for a bit and wouldn't stay in. Huff runs the break, swings it right side. Three-pointer on the way. It won't go for Gibson Condi. Bowling Green with the rebound. Hall brings it up court. Oop. Hall just about traveled there. Bowling Green maintains possession. Hall gets it back, launches a three, top of the key. Short, it won't go. Rebound controlled by Gaston. Gaston pushes into the near court, takes it all the way over Hall, and Hall commits the personal foul. 2 shots coming for Gavin Gaston.
I think that's foul number 7 against Bowling Green in this first quarter.
Gaston's 0 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Maybe a little hack-a-shack going on. Yep, that's how you fix that.
Gaston finds the net with the first one. So he breaks his goose egg from the charity stripe, has one more coming. Utterback had been on the bench for a moment. He checks in. Bryce Redding also into the game, the freshman. Second foul shot. Both of those touch nothing but the bottom of the net. This is 5-3 Van Far as we approach the 2-minute mark, first quarter of play. Hall comes into the front court, hands to Oliver Niemeyer on the baseline left, and the easy lay-in for Niemeyer. Good ball movement by Bowling Green leads to the bucket, and we're tied at 5. Handling the ball is Gaston. He gets it left side for Utterback beyond 3, guarded by Niemeyer. Oop. Gaston gets it back, poked out of bounds by Hall. Last touched by Bowling Green.
Good defensive play. They didn't take a foul.
Gaston had a pretty clear lane to the basket there, and Hall prevented that, knocked it out of bounds. Van Far to inbounds to Utterback. Low block, blocked by Jace. Eskew hands off to McDaniel, who loses it out of bounds. Turnover back to Van Far. Just a little bit disjointed on the break there. Eskew and McDaniel couldn't get on the same page.
I don't think either of their hands could get on the same page as their feet for a minute there.
Well, that's probably accurate. Redding has it. He swings it left side to Redding. Down low. Shot won't go from the baseline for Redding. Redding's going to pick up the foul. It's going to go, he fouled Fairchild, Xander Fairchild, into the game. So that's the third foul on Van Far.
I got to call it on Gavin Gaston.
I thought that was Redding. I thought 20 was down there, but they did post it to.
And he checks out.
So back the other way, Hall. Hall, we got a whistle.
Wow.
Underneath, we've got an offensive foul, I guess, against
McDaniel.
Well, we'll see. Against McDaniel, his first. Boy, teams were just getting set up in the lane, and the whistle was very quick.
11 fouls, 8 against Bowling Green, 3 against Van Far.
Huff brings it into the near court, guarded by Hall. He gets it top of the key for Utterback. Huff fakes the 3. Swings it right side into the game, Caleb Basket. Back to Huff to Redding beyond 3, guarded by Eskew. He about loses the ball. Huff gets it back top of the key. Pull back 2-pointer from the free throw line. It won't go. Utterback with the rebound underneath. Shot won't go. Whistle and the foul. It's going to go, I believe, against Xander Fairchild.
The 12th foul, and we have 10 points.
That's a lot of fouls and not very many points.
Right?
Utterback is 1 of 2 from the line. Make it 2 of 3 as he gets one to rim home. Under a minute to play. Van Far now leads by 1, 6-5. I'm Rodney Dolbear alongside Mark Froelich from Bowling Green, the Indians and the Bobcats. Second one short, rebound underneath, control by Bowling Green. Hank Welch gets it.
He came in for Niemeyer a moment ago.
And Hall brings it into the near court. Guarded by Huff, behind the back dribble. Kicks it to McDaniel beyond 3. He swings it right side to Fairchild to Eskew. Eskew, top of the key, puts it on the ground, loses control, gets it back, kicks it into the corner. Open 3 from Hall. This one rims out, won't go. Rebound controlled by Van Far. And Huff will bring it into the near court with 20 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Guarded by Hall, Huff with 14 to his left. Backs it back out with 10. Top of the key, Redding. Redding back to Huff. Beyond 3 with 5. Loses control. Bowling Green gets it, but steps on the sideline. So with 2.8 seconds, it's going to stay with Van Far in their own end on the near sideline. So they'll have plenty of time to catch and even dribble a bit and shoot as they try and get a shot off here at the end of the first quarter. They have the ball and a 6-5 lead.
Plenty of time.
Hall provides the defense. Huff holds it high, looks for Utterback, finds him, shots off the underneath side. Rebound it up, won't go, rebound again.
They got 3-4 shots. I don't think the clock started, and it got stuck on point 1.
It did. I kept expecting to hear the horn, but never did. No scoring in that last minute scrum. 6-5 is our score after 1 here in Bowling Green. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Bank of Campsville, The Pierre, Logan Agri-Service, and Curlis Auction.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana. And let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
6-5 after 1 quarter. Van Far leading at Bowling Green. Jack McDaniel with 3 points. Oliver Niemeyer with 2 for Bowling Green. That's it. Gavin Gaston with 4. Evan Utterback with 2. Van Far 4 of 9 shooting free throws, as there were 12 total fouls. 9 of them against Bowling Green in that first quarter.
A lot of foul shots. Van Far with an opportunity from the free throw line there to stretch out a little bit and get a little bit better lead. They lead by 1 as we're just underway. The Indians have the ball. Ball's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Aguilar. I thought Gaston might have got his hand on it, but nonetheless it'll stay with the Indians in the near court.
I thought they'd call a foul on Gaston before that when he wrapped the arm around Aguilar and pulled him away.
Huff has it beyond 3, guarded by Hall, gets it to Redding. We've got a foul. It's going to go against Bowling Green.
So their first foul of the second quarter and the second on Jace Eskew.
Well, we played almost 20 seconds before the first foul.
My goodness, it seemed like an eternity between whistles.
Redding gets it in from Huff. Redding with the dribble. Spins in the lane, guarded by Eskew. Top of the key for Huff. They reset the offense. To Gaston, right wing, beyond 3 for Christian. Now to the three-pointer, wide open from the top of the key. Gavin Gaston knocks it down, and the lead is 4. Hall brings it near court. He hangs in the air. His floater, it won't go. Rebound underneath by Huff. Huff brings it back into the front court. Redding swings it left side for Gaston. Gaston guarded by Aguilar. Top of the key, Utterback. He directs traffic, hands right side for Christian. Christian high above his head. Three-pointer, head and shoulder fake by Gaston. Ball's on the ground, hangs in the air. His shot goes from about 8 feet.
Oh, he's heating up.
Gavin Gaston has the bulk. 9 of the 11 points for Van Far. The lead is 6. McDaniel looks at the three, passes it up, throws it out of bounds over the Van Far bench. And the turnover gives it back to the Indians.
Must be in the first row.
That might have got into the third or fourth row. Were there bleachers there?
Well, I had to put in a Bob Euchre tribute at some point.
That is very true. After the turnover, Van Far has it in the near court. Redding, guarded by Eskew, kicks it left wing. Gaston for three. This one's an air ball. It'll go out of bounds.
Yep, hit Hank Welch in the head, shoulder area, and comes out the near side. And now the officials are going to talk about it.
I agree with you. It skimmed the backboard, and I thought it touched. Yes, and they reversed the call there. It will stay with Van Far, and I did think it kind of caromed off of Welch's torso. Redding will put it in play. He gets it into the paint for Gaston. Gaston kicks it out beyond three for Huff. This one goes down. Carson Huff knocks down the triple. And with the score 14-5, Bowling Green wants to talk about it. They take a timeout. We'll take one as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Thiele's Garage, Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Ackles Farm Market, and United Community Bank. From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
After the timeout, before we get things underway again, I will pass on the final from Louisiana. The girls beat Ellsbury in a knockdown dragout, 36-34.
So Ellsbury made a game of that one because Louisiana was up by double figures at one point.
Bowling Green has it, trying to get something going on the offensive end. They're in the near court. Hall, top of the key, Aguilar. Aguilar kicks it to Hall, looks at the three, dribbles. Cut off there by Huff. Back to Aguilar, right wing. Entry pass. Nothing there. Back to Hall on the three. He gets it to go. Ryan Hall, a much-needed basket for Bowling Green, and it's 14-8. An 8-0 run for Van Far snapped by Bowling Green on that possession.
Yeah, first points of the quarter, first points in a long time for the Bobcats.
Good kick out from Welch there to find the open Hall from three, and he knocked it down. Van Far has it. Redding hangs. Free throw line extended. Rebound Eskew. Comes into the near court with the left-hand dribble. Slows things down. Gives it to Hall, right wing. Long three. Bang! Ryan Hall finding his stroke. Knocks it down from about 24.
Timeout came in a perfect time for Bowling Green. They've gone on a 6-0 run. A couple of threes from Ryan Hall.
Into the near court, Redding has it between the logo and the top of the key. Hands back to Huff, sets the offense, spins there, looks Utterback. Nice cut, give and go, score the basket for Pacey Redding. That was some nice ball work there by Van Far to get the easy bucket.
That's what they've been known for under the tutelage of Pat Conaway.
Going to have a foul on the floor. Welch converted the basket, but it won't count. It will be before the shot. So Bowling Green will maintain possession underneath their own basket.
Fairchild back in. McDaniel takes a breather for Bowling Green. Foul was on Evan Utterback.
Utterback checks out. Into the game, Condi. Three-pointer, Eskew. This one goes!
It seems like once Bowling Green finds one person finds the range, everyone finds the range.
Turnover on the other end, and
Oh.
they're going to whistle Welch with the travel. He was dribbling and just kind of, I saw him out of, just kind of hopped, but I didn't really think it was a violation, but nonetheless, doesn't matter what I think.
Without a Indian within 30 foot of him.
Ball's on the ground, stolen. Aguilar has it knocked away, tipped out of bounds on the Bowling Green side, and they're going to give that ball to Van Far.
I think he did just lose control of it. Almost seems like the ball's overinflated or something like that. Bowling Green having a hard time on the dribble with it.
Need to inflate gate here.
Yeah.
So after that, Van Far gets it back with the ball. Christian, he hands to Huff, swings it left side for Gaston. Gaston guarded by Aguilar. He charges in. They're going to call a blocking foul against Welch. Gaston just lowered his shoulder and put it right in the chest of Hank Welch.
Van Far's been very good, whether it's just on the dribble or on the drive, lowering that shoulder and clearing out. Every time they'll call it, if you put the forearm out and extend, they'll call that every time. That shoulder seems to be at least skirting the rules a little bit.
Well, Gaston has an opportunity from the line. It hasn't been Van Far's favorite place so far, although Gavin makes the first of two. He's now an even 50%, 3 of 6 on the night. 3:55 to play second quarter. Van Far, one more foul shot to come, leading by 3, 17-14. Second one on the way. This one rims out Eskew with the rebound. Eskew with the dribble, guarded by Redding. Hall thinks about the three, steps into the free throw line. Eskew, long three-pointer right side. This one goes.
You knew that right off his hand.
Jace Eskew. It's 17 all. Gaston into the wing. Gaston gets it back on the right point. Left wing for Redding. Top of the key, ball's off the hands of Bryce Redding, and that's out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to Bowling Green. They have an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Fairchild checks in. He'll inbounds. Eskew brings it across the timeline. Has McDonald on his left. Pass intended and received by Welch. It's slapped out of bounds. Nice block there for Gavin Gaston.
Yeah, from behind. He blocked it straight down and didn't pick up a personal in the process.
Hall triggers. Oop. Aguilar has it go off of his hands. Back to Fairchild. He dribbles with it. Picks up his dribble. Finds Aguilar. Thrown away right into the hands of Utterback. He takes it the length of the court. Dishes right side. Ball's on the ground but picked up by Van Far. Case and Christian got the loose ball but then stepped on the end line, so turnover with 2:56 to play here in the second gives it back to Bowling Green.
At first he pointed at the line and then he did the motion for traveling.
Yeah, I didn't see the traveling motion. I did see the point stepping on. Maybe he did both.
Yeah.
So Bowling Green tied up, has the ball. Eskew dribbles to the free throw line, hangs from 15. It won't go. Huff with the rebound. Van Far.
Usually a double negative is a positive, though, right?
Not in this case. Gaston comes into the near court, hands right side for Christian. He holds it high. Now puts it on the floor, guarded by Fairchild. Left wing for Huff, guarded by Hall. Huff, Utterback, top of the key, guarded by Welch. Big bodies colliding there, no calls. Gaston has it for Huff. He'll think about a three, pulls it back down. Van Far slows things down a little bit. Pass at the elbow for Utterback. He takes it to the glass. His shot off the glass won't go. Rebound, good position by Ryan Hall. Bowling Green comes into the near court again, trying to take their first lead of the night. Running one-hander off the glass and in. Tough shot by Hall. He makes it and gives Bowling Green their first lead of the game. 19-17. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Tom Womble's Dozing and Tiling, Emmerich Insurance Marketing Group, Bolin Chevrolet, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
After the timeout, Gaston walks it across the timeline. 1:45 left to play here. Redding, top of the key, guarded by Eskew. Gets it right wing beyond 3 for Huff. He kicks it back to Redding. Redding looks to his left. A little bit out of control. We got a whistle.
That's going to be, is that going to be the third on Eskew?
Boy, certainly could have been a traveling there. It is the third on Eskew.
Aguilar will replace Jace. He was just starting to find his rhythm, too.
Hit 2 threes here in the second. 1:32 left. Huff open from 3, left wing, rims in and out, rebound underneath Welch. Aguilar walks it across the far side of the court in front of the scorer's table. Gets it into the near court. Hall has Aguilar on his right. He launches a 23-footer. This one rattles out short. Welch is going to pick up the cheap foul over the back of Utterback. Probably would like to have that one back. He didn't have position and picks up the personal foul, his second.
And that's the 4th foul against Bowling Green. So the next one will be foul shots for Van Far again. Fouls are way down here in the quarter, but still a ton first half against the Bobcats.
Gaston comes into the near court. Hall picks up the defense there. Swings it left wing for Condi. Condi to Huff, guarded by Aguilar beyond 3. Top of the key between the circles for Redding. Redding puts it on the floor, picks up his dribble. Hands back to Gaston. Gaston right wing beyond 3. Head and shoulder fake, trying to get it inside. It's going to be off of Welch, tipped out of bounds. Good defensive play by Welch to deny the inbound pass, but it does go off of Hank's hand, so it'll stay with Van Far. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. They'll have it underneath their own basket.
48.9 seconds to go.
Gaston gets it in. Running down the loose ball is Christian. Long three-pointer for Redding. It's no good. Rebound underneath Utterback. He fights for it. It won't go. Still tipped. Gets his own rebound. This time shot won't go. Rebound underneath Van Far, but they're going to call a foul against Van Far.
There's a lid on the bucket.
I think that's going to go against Gaston. His third. Ooh.
He'll check out. Into the ball game, Caleb Basket.
There's a Bowling Green. 30 ticks left here, second quarter, has the ball in the 2-point lead. Hall comes across the timeline on the right side.
Van Far just has not been able to capitalize on all these fouls by the Bobcats.
Hall picks up his dribble, double team. Gonna have a whistle.
Timeout.
A lot of things could have been called there. Timeout. Bowling Green will step aside for a short break as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Rural Cyclery, Griggsville Estates Assisted Living, and the Mash-Offs.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana is where history, comfort, and charm come together. Explore quaint streets, visit local attractions, and return to comfort at the end of the day. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
After the timeout, we'll have 12.7 seconds. Bowling Green will have the ball. They'll inbounds from the near side of the court right below our broadcast perch. McDaniel, he'll trigger. He'll have Hall on his right. Aguilar in the corner, baseline left. Into the backcourt, nearly stolen. Hall gets it. They're 4 on 5 for a moment with 9. Hall with the right-hand dribble with 6. Behind the back, into the lane. Ball's loose. Gets his own miss and scores the basket for Ryan Hall as time runs out here in the second quarter of play. That ball got loose, but he was able to corral it and get the bucket. Bowling Green finds themselves on top 21-17. Back with a halftime report after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Bank of Bluffs, Gambino's Eatery, and Nutrient Ag in Whitehall.
The Eagle 102 Sports halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 Sports halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
21-17 is our score. I'm Rodney Dolbear alongside Mark Froelich. We are in Bowling Green at the Bowling Green High School Gymnasium. It's Bowling Green and Van Far engaged in a spirited tilt, and this game was 6-5 after one period of play. Van Far opens up the second quarter by going on an 8-0 run. Ryan Hall ended that with a 3, and that triggered 4 threes in the course of about 4 minutes, 2 from Hall and 2 from Eskew to get Bowling Green back in the ball game, and they've actually stretched out just a little bit and have their largest lead of 4 of the evening.
Yeah, Hall had a mess there in the final 12 seconds. Lost control of the ball, ended up just tipping it toward the basket. It goes in as time expires to stretch it to a 21-17 lead for Bowling Green. They've got to feel pretty fortunate with the amount of fouls that they committed in the first quarter and extended into the end of the half to be leading a team like Van Far after 2 quarters. But you gotta think how are all those fouls going to affect you? You got probably your consensus best player, Jace Heskey, with 3 fouls already. The guy that you initially had out there to battle with Evan Utterback, Aiden Grody picked up 2 right off the bat. We haven't seen him since. You did get Gaston into a bit of foul trouble. He had 3 of the 5 fouls in the first half for Van Far, but there was just a lot of fouls committed by the Bobcats.
Absolutely, and it led to 11 foul attempts from Van Far. Good news for Bowling Green, they only made 5 of them.
Yeah.
Gavin Gaston goes 3 of 7, 2 for 2 from Evan Utterback. Gaston's a better free throw shooter than he was in that first half, and that is part of what enabled Bowling Green to get the 4-point lead. That and the 3-pointers. When they go down, it's a game changer, and they made not necessarily 4 in a row, but 4 very quickly, and that helps us get to our score of 21-17. We'll step aside for a break on the Eagle 102 halftime show. Be back with more after this.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Niebuhr Funeral Homes, Clevenger Contractors Incorporated, and Silex Banking Company.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
We're at the half, 21-17, Bowling Green in a very fast-paced and tiring first half, but a lot of missed shots, a tremendous amount of fouls.
Tremendous amount of fouls is an understatement. Bowling Green, they only committed 4 in the second quarter, but they had 12 in the first quarter, so that's 16 fouls committed. You have 12 guys dressed. That's the saving grace, but you know, Eskew with 2, Grody with 2, Welch with 2, Aguilar with 2. That's a lot of fouls for your core guys in this one. And again, luckily, Gaston picked up 3 himself on the Van Far side.
Absolutely, and you don't want to do that same thing again for a couple of reasons. One, you get your guys with 4 fouls, they have to play a different style of basketball. Yeah. Van Far, you can't count on them if you're Bowling Green. You can't count on them going 5 of 11 from the line again. So I get it. You're playing aggressive defense, but I think you have to be conscious of that and the fact that the whistles are quick and often here in this gym tonight, and you have to make an adjustment accordingly.
It's almost like the 3-man referee crew saw the amount of, I guess, beef that was on the floor to start the game. You know, I'm making the hockey comparison again, but if you start the game with fighters on both sides, you know you're going to have a fight for 3 periods.
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of what they saw on the floor and acted accordingly and didn't let anything away from the ball or any of the elbows or anything start flying in this one.
Yeah, they wanted to get control of the game and kind of set the guidelines for what was and wasn't going to be allowed. And there were, you know, in all fairness to both teams, there were adjustments made in the second quarter. They did not make nearly as many fouls.
Absolutely. First half scoring for Van Far, 2 points for Pacey Redding, 2 for Evan Utterback, 3 for Carson Huff. The other 10 were from Gavin Gaston, who does have 3 fouls. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, Oliver Niemeyer with 2 points, 3 points for Jack McDonald, 6 for Jace Eskew, 10 points for Ryan Hall. Eskew and Hall both with a pair of 3-pointers in that second quarter. McDonald hit his first one to start the game, then went cold from beyond the arc. He didn't hit another one the rest of the half. So we'll see if he can get his stroke going. And like you said, Van Far was 4 of 9 shooting free throws in the first quarter, ended 5 of 11. Bowling Green yet to shoot a free throw in this game. That's the first half scoring, 21-17. Bowling Green leads Van Far, and our second half just under 3 minutes away here on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Hannell's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Well, we are mere seconds away, under a minute before the fourth quarter gets underway. We talked about Van Far's struggles from the line, 5 of 11. What also happened is Bowling Green didn't miss a free throw in the first half, but they didn't take a free throw in the first half. So they did not get to the line. So, that's something. They had no opportunities from the foul stripe, and be interesting to see if they can work on picking, getting to the stripe here in the second half.
Yeah, it's you have to adjust. They made some good adjustments, only picking up 4 fouls in that second quarter. But I think you have to further make an adjustment and get Van Far into some foul trouble. You got Gaston with 3 fouls. That's a start, but you got to kind of continue and make them make mistakes or force them to make contact.
Well, it looks like all the original starters are back on the floor. Bowling Green will get it, set to inbounds on the near side. Bowling Green now moves left to right with the inbounds is McDaniel. He gets it to Eskew in the back court, playing with 3 fouls. Long three-pointer from Hall, off the mark, it won't go. Rebound underneath, and the foul right off the bat on Aguilar, over the back.
That's his third.
There are several of those types of plays. Aguilar had no position, tried to go over a taller man to control the rebound, and it was just they're going to call that almost 100% of the time. Huff gets it into Gaston. He looks down the right size, gets it back, utter back between the circles, left side for Huff. Had a man at the low block, couldn't get it to him. Christian was open, shot taken by Redding, and another foul. This might be going against Eskew.
I think it is, and it's his 4th. Boy, I really thought that would be against Van Far if it was against anybody.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. That's his 4th, right off the bat.
He has not come out of the ball game.
Well, Huff triggers, kick ball, Hall on the offensive or on the defense of the inbound play. He kicks it. It'll stay with Van Far underneath their own basket. Gaston, he'll take this one out. He slaps it, puts it in play. Bounce pass to nobody, fielded by Eskew. He's into the near court, running down the left side of the lane, and he's going to get some foul shots. He was guarded by Christian. Christian prevented the layup, and Eskew to the line with the first foul attempts on the night for Bowling Green.
They're going to get it on Huff, the other man in there.
I didn't even see Huff. Jace makes the first one. The lead is 5, 22-17. Just underway third quarter, 7:28 left to play third quarter here in Bowling Green. And Eskew makes both foul shots.
So Bowling Green perfect from the line tonight, 2 for 2.
Utterback stands beyond 3, holds it high. Looks for somebody to give it to.
Wow, that's going to be 4 on Aguilar.
Aguilar picked up a foul, and I don't know. The first quarter, yes, they were calling some physical fouls. That was virtually nothing. Niemeyer is going to check in. Aguilar takes a seat on the bench. Eskew still.
I thought I heard a little slap. And it was right by the official, so.
Could have been. 23-17. Bowling Green picks up 3 personal fouls in the first 50 seconds of the third quarter. Gaston.
Travel.
Picked up his dribble, but didn't pick up his, unfortunately picked up his feet as well.
He got stuck on his tippy toes, and that was all she wrote.
Eskew has Hall to his left. Gets it to Hall, left wing, beyond 3, holds it high. Guarded by Christian. Aiden Grody gets it. For McDaniel, he has his pocket pick into the near court. Gaston takes it to the glass. Can't get it to go, runs into his own player, but guess what? We've got a personal foul on McDaniel.
That was by the trailing official. Second on McDaniel, and foul shots coming for Gaston.
Well,
They're not getting a hometown discount.
Documented his foul stripe issues the first half. He makes the first one here in the second half. In the third quarter, he's now 50% on the night, 4 of 4. First point of the second half for Van Far. This one's an air ball. That one didn't even touch the underneath side of the rim. It was a full 3 feet short. Almost bounced twice before it went out of bounds. So Bowling Green, Eskew comes into the near court. McDaniel on his right. He dribbles it off his leg. Luckily, he didn't get a double dribble. Aiden Grody down low. His shot won't go. Niemeyer comes in for the rebound. He's going to be whistled for a traveling. Big collision with Niemeyer. He picked up the ball that seemed to almost be loose, and they whistled Oliver with the traveling. So a little bit choppy, to say the least, here in the opening moments of the third quarter. Christian to Huff, guarded by Niemeyer, right wing beyond 3. Thinking about the 3 is Gaston. Offensive foul. They're going to call that on Redding, I suppose.
Yeah, I believe so. Or no, they gave it a Carson Huff again.
Well, okay. Second personal foul on Van Far. Eskew. Hall thinks about the 3, puts it on the floor, drives, not quite to the lane, turns top of the key. McDaniel. This one's short, won't go. Rebound underneath, controlled by Utterback.
And Eskew better watch what he says, because he was very upset that there was no call on that rebound.
Gaston takes it length of the court and misses. Bowling Green rebound. Eskew, 3-pointer. It rattles home. Chase Eskew in double digits on the night. 26-18. The lead has crept to 8.
Oh, another one on McDaniel.
That one was pretty obvious. That's the 5th foul. We haven't played 3 minutes of the third quarter, and Van Far is now on the line for the remaining 5 minutes, 33 seconds of the third.
Yeah, less than 2.5 minutes. We've had 7 fouls called.
Pacey Redding eyes the first one and makes the first one.
Been relatively quiet tonight.
I've quite frankly holding my breath when the foul shot leaves the hand, because I haven't seen many go in from Van Far tonight. Redding makes them both.
He shoots like a coach's kid.
26-20. Eskew guarded by Redding. Gets it to Hall beyond 3. Guarded by Christian. He launches the 3. This one's short. Nobody there but Van Far for the rebound. Gaston comes away with it and pushes up the far side of the court in front of the scorer's table. To Redding left wing. To Christian.
The way whistles have been going, would you crash for a rebound?
Traveling is going to be called against Redding. think he was looking for contact that never came there.
No. Bowling Green actually backed off for once.
Bowling Green has the ball and a lead. Eskew, three-pointer, rattles out, no good. Gaston rebound. Van Farr throws it away to Bowling Green. Niemeyer lays it off the glass and in with the right hand. Lead back to 8. Just an ill-advised pass from Gaston and went right into Oliver Niemeyer's hands. He takes it the length of the court.
Look out, Oliver.
Three-pointer on the way off the mark for Utterback. Rebound Oliver. Niemeyer gets it, and he'll hand to Hall. Who gives it to Eskew still in the backcourt. He'll cross the timeline. Guarded by Redding on the left wing. 4:17 to play, third quarter. Eskew around a Hall pick, back to Hall. Three-pointer off the mark, it won't go. Rebound Redding. Redding, Huff, three-pointer left wing. This one's woefully short. He gets his own rebound. Underneath, it won't go on the reverse layup.
And they call a travel on Eskew.
Eskew falls down. I'll be honest, his left foot came off the ground. I thought he did a nice job of keeping his right foot on the floor.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, traveling is the call, so Van Farr will get it possession underneath their own basket. Gaston will inbound. Bounce pass, Redding. In the lane, his shot contested, it won't go.
Good rebound by Dude there.
Grody pulled the rebound down and went over the top to get it. Hanging floater from Hall won't go from 8 feet. Rebound, Van Farr. Up the far sideline to the basket, hanging in the air. Gaston, foul on the ground. It's going to go against Bowling Green.
Niemeyer. Second on Oliver.
And that's going to send Gaston to the line again.
11 points for Gavin in this ball game.
This one's off the glass and in.
Okay. Use the bank.
This will be his 11th free throw of the night. Needs it to go down to get to 50%. And it does. He's 3 of 4 in the second half. 28-22 in what has been a very choppy third quarter of play, really by both teams. Eskew has it. Redding with the defense. Left wing for Hall, guarded by Christian. Rainbow's right side. Niemeyer does a nice job to get it. Eskew back to Niemeyer. Backs in, out of control. No fouls called. Bodies go everywhere. Bowling Green retains possession. Going to call a blocking foul against Van Farr. That is Kaysen Christian. Picks up the foul.
Third foul against the Indians here in the quarter.
Hall inbounds to Eskew. Eskew thinks about the three, drives back to Hall on the left wing. We got a huge collision. Going to go against
Hall.
Hall, offensive foul.
Yep, he did a good job sidestepping the man, but then hooked him and threw him down.
Actually, they called that against Grody.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
His third, first of the second half.
So after the offensive foul, three-pointer top of the key on the way. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Gibson Condi.
His first points.
The lead is 3. Eskew into the paint. Grody loses it out of bounds. It's off his fingertips. It'll be possession and turnover back to Van Farr.
Welch in. Grody will come out. Reminder, we've got more basketball coming. Winchester Tournament, 102nd Annual Championship Semi, West Central in action.
Van Farr in the near court, Redding. Hands top of the key. Huff. Gonna have a whistle and a foul on the floor.
Is that gonna be against Hall too? No. Niemeyer, his third.
So with his first foul attempts of the night, Carson Huff will have a pair coming.
Rimmed out. Condi checks out.
Utterback back in. And the second foul shot rims home for Huff. Substitution, Bryce Redding checks in for Huff.
2-point ball game, 28-26, 2:19 to go in the third.
Eskew has it in the backcourt. He'll walk it across the timeline where Redding picks up the defense. Right side, Hall fakes the three, dribbles into the paint. We got a whistle.
Of course.
Bowling Green players are clapping, so it looks like it has gone against Van Far.
Yeah, it's kind of a Bronx cheer, I think, from the Bowling Green players. Second foul on Christian.
Bowling Green gets it in. Eskew beyond three. Eskew launches right side. Nothing but the bottom of the net. That's his fourth of the night. Give the assist on that one to McDonald. Top of the key. Redding and Redding play pitch and catch. Utterback has it, puts it on the floor against Welch. Around him into Niemeyer. Rims out no good. Rebound controlled by Redding. Puts a shoulder down. There's no call. Redding with the score. Pacey Redding with the bucket. That was a big-time collision. And then they call that on the other end against Redding.
His second.
That's going to put Eskew on the line. He's 2 of 2 from the stripe. Has 14 on the night. Chance to make it 16 with 2 converted free throws. 31-28, Bowling Green on top by 3. 1:34 left in the third period. This one rims out for Jace. Substitution.
Hasn't this just felt like a Bowling Green Van Far game, though?
It's been very physical. Second one on the way. This one rims out as well. Eskew misses them both.
That's rare.
Christian has it. He sets the offense. Looks to Utterback beyond three. Left wing for Huff. Huff guarded by Niemeyer. Right side for Gaston. Free throw line. Dumps it down low to Utterback. His shot won't go. Rebound fought for underneath. They're going to call a held ball as Welch did a nice job of tying up Utterback. Possession arrow favors Van Far. They'll keep it underneath their own basket. SU's going to get a little bit of a breather here. Probably not a bad idea with the inbounds play. Could get physical. Don't want him to pick up that fifth foul. This one's thrown out of bounds. Redding lost the handle. So Bowling Green with the turnover. 1:08 left in the third. A chance to stretch their three-point lead.
Eskew right back in. That's the first time he's sat. He's had 4 fouls basically the whole third quarter.
He picked up his fourth in that flurry of fouls, I think, in the first 30 seconds. Hall to McDaniel. Eskew guarded by Redding. Fakes to the left with the left-hand dribble. Right side for Hall. Hall fakes the 23-footer. Gets around a Welch pick. Picks up his dribble. He's in trouble. Timeout on the floor taken by Bowling Green. We'll step aside as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Bank of Campsville, The Pierre, Logan Agri-Service, and Curlis Auction.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
So Bowling Green calls the timeout. They were in trouble on the near side.
Still up by 3, 31-28. As we get into the nitty-gritty of this third quarter.
Well, it's been physical, obviously, as if you've been listening to us, you know there's been a lot of fouls called, and it's prevented the game from getting into any kind of a real flow. Bowling Green's done a nice job, and they've maintained their lead, but it's just been choppy. I've used that word several times. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. Well, they'll get it. Welch gets it. He hands to McDonald. Guarded by the younger Redding. Into the corner for Hall. Hall, head and shoulder fake. Going to call Christian.
That's his third.
With the foul.
Yeah, he just grabbed the arm. Fell for the ball fake that Hall put on him and tried to stop him with the hold.
So Ryan Hall goes to the free throw line. That puts Bowling Green in the bonus. He makes the first.
Yeah, first time the Bobcats have been in the bonus in this ball game.
And we're in the third quarter. Barely.
Yeah, didn't make it in the first, didn't make it in the second.
Made it with 34.7 seconds left in the third.
Heck, Van Far made it in this quarter in like a minute and a half.
Hall makes them both, so the lead stretches back to 5.
It was 2 minutes and 27 seconds, sorry.
It was very quick. Huff across the timeline under 30 to Utterback. Utterback holds it high, looks inside for Redding. Nothing there. Back to Huff beyond 3. Fans want a double dribble. Gaston hangs in the air. His shot short. Welch has it. We've got a foul against Gaston.
That's his fourth.
That's going to send Hank Welch to the free throw line.
Yeah, Hank did a really good job just hanging in there till he felt that arm come around, and then his knees became jello, and he hit the floor hard.
14 seconds left, third quarter of play, 33-28. 2 foul shots for Welch. First one rims out, no good.
Hank looking for his first point tonight. Into the ball game, or back in, is Bryce Redding. Carson Huff coming back in as well.
Welch gets the second one to crawl over the front iron. The lead is 34-28. Huff with 10 across the timeline. Bryce Redding with the left-hand dribble gets it to Huff. Thinks about the 3 with 4. Going to have to shoot the ball. Redding steps in, launches a 3 at the buzzer. No good. After 3 periods of play from Bowling Green, 34-28. Back with the fourth after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Feely's Garage, Eagle's Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast, Ackles Farm Market, and United Community Bank.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Start of the fourth quarter, 34-28. Bowling Green leads. Some scoring. J.C. Eskew now leads Bowling Green with 14, 12 for Ryan Hall. On the Van Far side, Gavin Gaston, the only player in double figures with 13. Next highest scorer is Pacey Redding, 6, and Carson Huff's 4.
Well, Van Far improved from the charity stripe that quarter, 6 of 8, pushing their total to 11 of 19 on the night. 5 of 8 for Bowling Green that quarter, and that quarter marks the first foul shots they were awarded in this contest. None in the first half, and Bowling Green will have it to start things here in the fourth quarter. We're underway. Eskew, guarded by Pacey Redding, comes into the near court. Looks one way. Welch has it beyond 3. And picked up his foot. Travels, gives it back to Van Far.
Yeah, faked himself out, I think.
That he did. Huff will walk it into the near court, right across the Bowling Green logo. Ooh. Nearly traveled. Pass intended down low for Redding. Slapped away by McDaniel, controlled by Van Far. They'll reset. Christian on the far side, guarded by Eskew. Dumped it in, pass for Utterback. Steps back against Grody. Nice job defensively by Grody to not pick up the foul and block the shot by Utterback.
Yeah, he was big with a purpose there.
Hall thinks about top of the key three, into the paint, spins, kicks it back out to McDaniel. Cross-court pass for Welch beyond three, guarded by Huff. And Eskew resets. He'll kick it right side for Hall. Could have been called with the elbow there. Right to the glass. Welch misses the bunny. Grody with the rebound. He gets it to go. Aiden Grody in the books for the first time tonight. Gets his first bucket. And
got that dude chant going.
36-28. The lead is 8. Van Far, Redding, guarded by Grody. Top of the key, open three from Huff. It's short, won't go. Rebound by Redding, just wanted it more. Pass for Christian. Caught him a bit off guard. He was able to corral it. And Redding resets the offense, kicks it to Huff on the left wing beyond three. 6:19 to play in the game. Utterback drives around Grody.
That's going to be foul number 4 on Aiden, I believe.
Utterback went to the floor hard. So Utterback will go to the free throw line. He was 2 of 4 in the first quarter. Those are his only 2 points of the evening.
Some of the Bowling Green faithful starting to get a little vocal here.
Utterback makes the first. Niemeyer checks in for Grody. Utterback makes them both. He's now 4 of 6 on the night.
Has 15 points. He's the game's top scorer. And now Redding going to pick up a personal.
So after the personal, Bowling Green inbounds. McDaniel back to Eskew, guarded by Redding. Puts it on the floor. Nice defense by Pacey Redding. They'll reset. McDaniel sets the offense between the key and the logo. Left side for Hall. Hall dribbles in, guarded by Christian. Welch fakes the three, back to Hall. Welch falls down. Three-pointer good from Ryan Hall.
He's got 15.
39-30. I believe that's the largest lead of the evening at 9. Van Far's Huff, guarded by Niemeyer. Three-pointer top of the key, off the mark, misses everything from Utterback. It was wide right, and it had poor distance.
Yeah, his feet, he stepped back, and his feet weren't even pointing the right direction.
McDaniel misses a shot from about 6 feet. Rebound comes to Huff. He pushes into the near court, guarded by Niemeyer, and dribbles it off of his foot. They're going to say last touched by Bowling Green. It'll stay with Van Far underneath their own basket. Timeout. Timeout on the floor. 5 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the fourth. 39-30, Bowling Green by 9. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Tom Womble's Dozing and Tiling, Emmerich Insurance Marketing Group, Bolin Chevrolet, and Central State Bank of Illinois.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Well, the pace hasn't slowed much. The foul whistles are still being used early and often in this second half of play, but Bowling Green has held it together and have actually stretched out now and lead by 9.
Yeah, you just, I think Van Far, it almost seems like is biding their time, but they better make their move soon because they trail by 9 with 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Grody, Askew, Aguilar all with 4 fouls on the Bowling Green side. Gavin Gaston with 4. Pacey Redding with 3 on the Van Far side.
Inbounds to Gaston. Top of the key, three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark. It won't go for Huff. Van Far controls the rebound.
Ooh.
Redding gets it, but it's tipped by Askew. He saves it for Bowling Green. He was looking down court to the open court is what he was looking at.
Yeah, he was. And a foul away from the ball.
It's going to go against Huff.
That's his third.
It looks like that's the third here in the fourth quarter. Well, maybe they'd already posted it.
Yeah, they
second.
did. 4:46 to go. Bowling Green still leads by 9.
Hall will trigger on the near side. He gets it to Askew, who hands it back to Hall. Underway, Bowling Green with the 9-point lead and the ball. Right side, three-pointer from the left wing. It won't go. Rebound, Niemeyer. Can't get it corral. Goes off of his hands, out of bounds, back to Van Far. So they'll have a chance to cut into this Bowling Green 9-point lead.
Yeah, I think right as he was going to get that pass, he may have gotten something up in the nose area, threw his focus off, and he wasn't happy after that.
Pacey Redding has it, guarded by McDaniel. Top of the key again, three-pointer. It's another air ball by Huff. This one's, or actually, into the game is Condi. He missed it wide left. That one didn't touch anything. Askew for Bowling Green has it. Into the near court, Welch beyond 3 on the right wing. Picks up his dribble, hands it to McDaniel, top of the key. Guarded by Gaston to Hall. Hall between the legs, long three-pointer. It's off the mark. It doesn't touch anything. That's 3 three-pointers in a row in this game that have touched nothing.
And I don't think any of them needed to be taken either.
Well, in this ensuing possession, as hard as it is to believe, Van Far comes into the near court and draws the foul. We'll see who this is called on. It's going to be on Hall, just his second. Non-shooting, so
second team foul against the Bobcats here in the fourth.
Van Far will trigger under their own basket. Redding gets it in the lane against Askew, off the glass and in. Actually, that was against McDaniel. Redding gets on the board here in the fourth quarter, cuts it in, makes it a 7-point lead.
Niemeyer going to shoot some free throws.
Takes it to the glass. He's fouled. Niemeyer will have his first attempts of the night. Foul went against Utterback, his second. First one short.
.331 to go.
28 foul shots attempted so far. This will be 29. It's no good. Rebound, Van Far. Lead is 7. 3 minutes left. Redding has it. Top of the key, Utterback. Guarded by Welch. Swings it right side to Christian. He's guarded by Askew. Askew steals it. He dribbles it off his foot. Ball's loose. Picked up by Bowling Green's Niemeyer. And gets it to Hall just after Ryan crosses the timeline. He was wanting to throw it to him sooner and held back. Askew hangs in the air, off the glass and in. Score the basket for Jace Askew and the foul. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
That would make it a 10-point lead if he can hit this free throw with 5 minutes gone in the fourth. Foul was the fourth on Redding, so Redding and Gaston each with 4. Niemeyer checks out.
Grody back in. Askew eyes it, shoots it, makes it.
Lead is 10.
He's 3 of 5 from the line tonight. Missed a pair his last trip to the line. Under 3 minutes to play, Utterback. Kicks it left side for Gaston. Gaston top of the key, three-pointer on the way. Redding rims out no good. Huff with the rebound, takes the 15-footer. It's short. Rebound Welch. Gaston's been quiet here in the second half. 3 points in the third quarter. Hall kicks it into the wing, back to Hall. Give and go with McDaniel in the corner. We've got a large collision.
That's going to be the 5th on Aiden Grody. He's the first one to foul out.
So Niemeyer checks back in as Grody takes a seat on the bench. That will do it on the night for Grody. Has a single bucket, 2 points.
Reenacting the call.
That's over and back.
Yeah.
Gasson just walks it across the timeline, just flips it back to Redding, or to Huff rather, while he was still in the backcourt.
Wow.
That is just an extremely unforced error.
It almost seems like, and we'll get to the timeout in a second, but the amount of whistles, everyone is just off. The whole flow, and I think that was just a lapse in judgment caused by the lack of flow in the game.
There hasn't been any flow to this game, and after the turnover, Bowling Green calls a timeout and wants to talk about it. So we'll step aside for a short break as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Rural Cyclery, Griggsville Estates Assisted Living, and the Mash-Offs.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
At the half, Ellsbury leading Louisiana by 10. That's kind of a shocker, especially on court warming night at Louisiana High School. 42-32, Bowling Green leading Van Far here with 2:18 to go in regulation.
SQ gets it up by 10. Hall has it for Bowling Green to Welch.
Run some clock.
Welch picks up his dribble, nearly loses it to McDaniel. Back to Hall. 2 minutes even. Back to McDaniel. Hall gets it to McDaniel. To Eskew. Back to Hall. Bowling Green doing a nice job. Just put his shoulder down. They're going to call Utterback.
They are. They could have easily called a travel against Hall there, too.
Yeah, I think he had kind of tripped himself up and luckily fell into Utterback, and they called Utterback with the foul, and that's going to be the 5th team foul, 3rd on Utterback. So Hall's going to go to the line. He's a perfect 2 of 2.
And now Adam Falloon goes over to the scorer's table to check and see if this was indeed the 5th team foul against the Van Far Indians. So, Coach Martinson talks with SQ and Welch.
Now, what's going on here? They are going to award Hall 2 foul shots. He stays perfect from the line, 3 of 3 so far as the first one goes down. Second one on the way, and Van Far is going to have to start scoring some points.
Yes, they are.
Second one rims home as well. The lead is 12, 44-32, under 2 minutes to play. That was nearly over in the back again. Huff has it directing traffic. Utterback has it top of the key, right side for Christian.
Yeah, Van Far's going to have to start hurrying here.
Redding launches a 28-footer.
Like that.
It touches nothing but the bottom of the net. Timeout on the floor taken by Van Far. We'll step aside as well. Back with more after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Bank of Bluffs, Gambino's Eatery, and Nutrient Ag in Whitehall.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
So Van Far, Pacey Redding makes a long three-pointer, call a quick timeout. They're going to have to foul.
Yes,
and,
they are.
They're going to have to do it pretty quick because they're still 3 possessions down, best case scenario. Bowling Green will inbound.
Oop.
Hall gets it in the backcourt.
And they get the foul called.
Going to call it on Christian. A little hand in the back.
That's his 4th.
Well, I would certainly say at this point in the evening that you've got who you want going to the line if you're a Bowling Green fan.
Absolutely.
Ryan Hall is a perfect 4 of 4. Two shots coming. 1:35 left. The lead is 9. Make it 10.
That's a big point.
Chance to make it 11. 95 seconds left. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Ryan Hall. He's got 6 from the stripe tonight. Van Far into the near court. Redding again swings it to Huff. Huff had a man under the basket. Didn't see Gaston.
They need threes.
They need him, and they need him quick. Foul's going to be whistled on Welch, so.
That's his 3rd.
2 coming from the line.
Now 4.
No, just the 4th. Just the 4th foul. If you're Bowling Green at this point, especially, you play decent defense. But you don't need to commit any fouls. No reason to give them anything free. Pass underneath for Gaston.
That is going to be the 3rd on Ryan Hall and the 15th foul against Bowling Green. So now they do go to the line.
Gaston has improved in the second half. He's 3 of 4. 2 coming here. Lead is 11.
Been held without a point, though, here in the 4th quarter. Trying to stomp out the moisture from the floor instead of getting a towel.
1:19 to play. The lead is 11 for Bowling Green. Gaston will go to the charity stripe for 2. He bounces it. It's on the way. Rims out. No good.
It is surprising that Bowling Green has not only been able to maintain but grow their lead with as many fouls as been called against them.
This is the 23rd attempt from the line for Van Far. He missed it. Tipped out nicely by Utterback. Huff gets it back. Reverse layup blocked by the underneath side of the rim. And Niemeyer with the rebound.
That's going to be the 4th on Utterback. And we'll go the other way and shoot free throws with 1:12 to go. Bowling Green leading by 11.
23 attempts, only 13 makes on the night for Van Far. Niemeyer missed 2 from the stripe earlier in the 4th quarter. Makes the first one. That's his 3rd point on the night. Make it his 5th point. Substitution. Condi for Utterback. Redding for Christian.
Yeah, you got both Reddings, Huff, and Condi out there with Gaston.
Niemeyer's seconds on the way. Rattles out, won't go. Rebound fought for underneath. It was last touched, I thought, by Gaston, but they're going to say it went off of McDaniel's hands. So Van Far will have it down 12 with 71 seconds left, with 71 seconds left in this game. Time certainly running out. Gaston, boy, they just about had it over and back again. Huff to the baseline, pushed by Niemeyer. Just don't need to do that.
No, that's the 4th on Niemeyer, and we'll send Huff to the line. But you're up 12 with 1:05 to go.
He's 1 of 2. 1 of 3 is the first one falls short, clanks off the front iron.
I mean, that's the difference in the ball game right now.
Absolutely.
If Van Far was even near 75%, they've got a lead. That'll send Niemeyer to the bench. Into the ball game is Brendan Schurter.
Second one on the way. It's short as well. Rebound nearly tipped in by Huff. Ball is still loose and controlled by Bowling Green. McDaniel into the near court. Picks up his dribble. Hands it to Eskew. He'll run some clock and say, come foul me. And they do. So Eskew will go to the line. 3 of 5 on the night.
48.6 seconds to go. The foul was the first on Bryce Redding.
So it looks like Bowling Green's going to pick up win number 9. Eskew's first shot, after some deliberation, does decide to drop. Substitutions.
18 points now for Eskew.
He'll have one more. Starters in the game again for Van Far. Second one on the way. This one goes home with no complaints from the rim. 49-35 into the near court. Three-pointer launched, but it was after the foul, offensive foul.
Niemeyer out, back in is Schurter. Playing a little offense defense with him. 42 seconds even to go.
The lead is 14.
That was the fifth on Utterback, so he's done with 4 points.
Doesn't look like Van Far is going to wave the white flag here. In the pass for Welch, ahead of the pack, Eskew, down the lane, backs it back out to run some clock.
Looking to get him to the dunk there.
Yep, absolutely. Hall's going to go to the line. He's going to be fouled by Christian.
And that's the fifth on Case and Christian. It's also surprising that Van Far now has more players fouled out of this ball game than Bowling Green does.
Hall makes the first one. He stays perfect at 7 for 7, and wholesale substitutions.
Yep, there is the emptying of the benches.
Bowling Green's going to have to wait on one substitution.
Yeah.
They've got 6 players on the floor.
So it's in Ryan Hall's best interest to make this shot, or else he's stuck.
He does. 8 for 8 from the line for Ryan Hall. 21 points on the night as he now checks out.
So Fairchild back in, Schurter back in. Who else do we have? Graydon Coleman.
Niemeyer's in there.
Colin Calhoun.
Van Far into the near court.
And
basket has it.
Nolan Jones.
Gives it to Rhodes. Shot to the basket. Rebound controlled by Calhoun. And it's over Fairchild's head. Back to Van Far with 16 ticks left on the clock.
That went right through those luscious curls on the top of Xander's head. Parted it right down the middle.
It did. Slade Keller gets it in to Brady Pools. Garrett Hopke dribbles with 6. He hands off to basket as this one approaches the 3-second mark. And that's going to do it. Three-pointer won't go. At the buzzer, Bowling Green comes out on top, 51-35. Post-game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Niebuhr Funeral Homes, Clevenger Contractors Incorporated, and Silex Banking Company.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options: muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green is right here for you and your family. No matter what stage of life you are in, better health starts with your primary care provider, the person who knows your health history and can connect you with the right specialist if needed. The Hannibal Regional Medical Group team of primary care providers are ready to help guide you on your path to better health, right here at home. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Post-Game Show on KJFM Radio.
51-35, the final. Bowling Green with a sweep tonight over Van Far. Won the girls game 41-39, and the boys game by 16. And it was an odd game. I think that may have been Bowling Green's plan. If Van Far is not in rhythm, they're not Van Far.
Well, they were not in rhythm. There wasn't much rhythm to be found in that game, and it was just choppy. And like you said, late, you look up and who's fouled out of the game but the Van Far players.
Yeah. Some scores from around the area. It was Louisiana over Ellsbury in girls action earlier. Ellsbury leads at the end of 3 in the boys game, 53-31. And let me see if I get this right. Clopton over Silex in boys action, 102-34. 102-34. That is our Eagle 102 Sports score of the night, 102-34.
That's a lot of points in 32 minutes of play.
So they're just about ready at Winchester. So let's go through our final scoring numbers for this one and then throw it over there to the Winchester tournament. Final scoring for Van Far, 13 points for Gavin Gaston, 11 for Pacey Redding, 4 points for Evan Utterback, 4 for Carson Huff, and 3 for Gibson Condi. In the loss as Van Far drops to 12-3. Bowling Green improves to 9-2 behind 21 points from Ryan Hall and 19 from Jace Heskew. Jace had 4 fouls the entire second half and stayed in there. He took 1 10-second breather in the second half. 5 points for Oliver Niemeyer, 3 for Jack McDaniel. Those were the first 3 points of the ball game for either side. Aiden Grody with 2 and Hank Welch with 1 as Bowling Green wins this one 51-35. And that'll wrap things up from Bowling Green High School. Bowling Green sweep. On the other side of this break, we'll be back at the Winchester Tournament, the 102nd annual Winchester Tournament on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Lynn's Heritage House, Hannell's Service Station, and Buchanan Excavating.